Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory
to
to
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Hashem,
Yahushai, Hashem, Kadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And, we out here, yesterday they said it was supposed to be this big, crazy weather stuff, which, it turns out that it really wasn't as crazy, but hey, it's all the spirit. So we out here today, and, we're just going to get right into it. And, you got a lot of individuals, which, matter of fact, you got a lot of individuals, especially now in the last days, that are coming out with a lot of damnable heresies. They're coming out saying a lot of things that don't even make sense, when you really go into the scriptures. And then the thing about it is they come out and they say it so boldly. We were watching the video on our way here of the elder Manat Zakba. He was going into it was a stream he did, going into Jacob's trouble errors, right? Jacob's trouble errors. And you got individuals that that come on the comment board. That come on the comment board and they basically come on there saying, oh no, Jacob's trouble, ain't gonna be no Jacob's trouble, or we've already been through Jacob's trouble, or yeah. Well, we've been through different times in which we've been in trouble, but what do the scriptures say is the time of Jacob's trouble? Because the scriptures describe one time that is going to be classified as Jacob's trouble, and there's a way that time is described, as a time like never before. So when you say that, oh, we've already been through Jacob's trouble, well, in the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter, the scriptures say immediately after the tribulation of those days, that's when the Son of Man is going to come. So what's that about? Where's Yahushua at? A lot of these things, people say, and you read in the scriptures, you find out that this doesn't make any sense. It's not written in the Bible. But they come out here and they proclaim it so loudly and boldly. Why is that? Get that.
This is 2 Peter 3 from the top.
Yeah.
2 Peter 3. This second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you, in both which I stir up your pure minds by way of remembering.
Now, why did the Apostle Peter say he stirs up our pure minds by way of remembrance? Because ultimately, what this truth is doing, when you hear this word, the Lord is stirring up. Because this is if you're of the elect in the past, then you're of the elect now, right? So what this word is doing is it's stirring up, like the real education. See, the real education, when you go into the word education, it's a Latin word, which is educare, which means to draw, to bring out, So what is being brought out? What's being brought out is what was originally in there. And that's what this truth does. It stirs up your mind, right? By way your pure remembrance, by your mind by way of pure remembrance, if I'm saying that correctly. And that's just like anything that has a mixture, right? You have a cup of water, and then you pour maybe a Kool-Aid or whatever you pour in there. What's the first thing you do? You stir it up. Because if you add sugar to like a drink, if you don't stir it up, it's gonna settle to the bottom. Even if you're making like porridge and you add in sugar or honey, you stir it up so that it can dilute, all throughout the meal or whatever you're making.
This is the outline biblical usage of the word stir up. It says, I can't say that word though. Salaki.
What is it? Oh, this is the Greek?
Yeah.
Diagiro, something like that?
Yeah, it says to wake up, awaken, arouse from sleep, to arouse the mind, stir up, render active.
Oh, since you said that, Vakasha, let's get Matthew the 25th chapter. And you can start at the top. And read that part again?
Yeah. It says to wake up, awaken, arouse from sleep, to arouse the mind, stir up, render active.
So awake from sleep, right? And like we're about to read also, the part. If you get 2 Thessalonians, I think it's the 2nd chapter. All right, to wake up from sleep. You got it? Matthew 25?
Top?
Yeah, from top.
Matthew 25. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened to 10 virgins,
Mhm.
which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom.
So now this is a parable that the Lord gave, a similitude, that really represented. When you look at a lot of the parables the Lord gave, and He says, "Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto," or "Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto," it's really talking about the journey that the elect would have, the different things that would arise as we are making our way towards the kingdom, because those virgins in there are describing Israelites, those that are of the elect and those that are not. Okay. Now, real quick, pause on that, and actually no, keep reading on that, and I'll let you know where to pause, and then we'll start here.
Verse 2. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 of them were foolish.
There you go. So 5 were wise, 5 were foolish. So those that were wise are those that are of the elect in this time, all right? Or I should just say those that are of the elect plain, and then those that are foolish are those that are not of the elect. So they're all Israelites, right? And in this time you have Israelites that know they're Israelites, and Israelites that don't know that they're Israelites or don't acknowledge that they're Israelites. Nevertheless, even amongst the community of Israelites that know that we're Israelites, you have those that are wise, that have gotten the true understanding of the scriptures in its entirety. Then you have those that are not. They may know they're Israelites, but they don't have the full 100% understanding of the scriptures. Go on.
They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them.
Right, they took their lamps and took no oil with them, meaning that they know certain things, but they don't have the full understanding. For example, the MOTB. You got some people that say that it's not what we say it is. It's not the charagma. That's them lacking oil. Okay, you have many, like we just started off talking about Jacob's trouble. You got people saying that there isn't going to be no time of Jacob's trouble. They don't got the oil. All right. You got people saying you shouldn't worship Yahushua. They don't got the oil. I don't care what Mark said. They don't got the oil. Right? Mm-hmm.
But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps.
Right, and those are those, and especially now, but really the elect who got the 100%, the understanding, okay, the true and correct understanding of the scriptures.
While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept.
Because the scriptures say that let your lights so shine, right? Now, when you deal with that lantern, or that lamp, you need oil, and that oil determines either how bright or how long your fire or your light is gonna shine for. So, if you don't have the oil, you can't really have your light shine. Meaning that those that didn't have the oil, yeah, they may have the light for a little bit, or it may look as though they do, but it's not really gonna last. So read that part again.
While the bridegroom tarried.
So who's the bridegroom? The bridegroom is Yahushua. And what does it mean while the bridegroom tarried? Well, when Yahushua died and rose, he went up to the spirit world. Acts, the first, matter of fact, you got something?
No, you want out?
Yeah, Acts 1:9. We're gonna get that. Because right now the Lord is quote unquote tarrying, he's in the spirit world. And like I said, that started during the after he died and he rose up, and then he went back up to the Father in the spirit world, and that's where he's been ever since.
Acts 1:9. And when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him.
Actually, start up at, let me see where. Yeah, sorry.
Acts chapter 1, verse 4. And being assembled together with them, commanded them that they should not depart from Jerusalem, but wait for the promise of the Father.
And that's the Yahushua speaking to the apostles, or the disciples that became apostles.
Which saith he, ye have heard of me.
Mm-hmm.
For John truly baptized with water, but ye shall be baptized with the Holy Spirit not many days hence.
Right.
When they therefore were coming together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel?
Right, so you said you had to die, you said you had to come back up. Now you've done all of that, so, I mean, you're here now, you're the Messiah. we've read in the various prophecies about what the Messiah does. Isaiah the 2nd chapter. So are you going to restore the kingdom? Are you going to put it back in power? Are you going to kingdom of heaven?
And they make a point. The key word there is they ask, will you again restore the kingdom of heaven to Israel? It was never for the other nations, because Israel had the kingdom. The promise was to them.
That's right. The complete rulership of everything.
It was second Ezra, the 6th chapter, where the world was made for our sakes.
Done.
Verse 7. And he said unto them, it is not for you to know the times or the season which the Father had put in his own power, but ye shall receive power after that the Holy Spirit has come upon you, and ye shall be witnesses unto me both in Jerusalem and in all Judea and in Samaria and unto the utter parts, and unto the uttermost parts of the earth.
Which is here right now in America. Okay, so that shows you that the apostles are back here today. And that's why the Lord made the statement that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man sits upon his throne, you're also going to sit upon thrones judging the 12 tribes of Israel. All right, go on.
Verse 9. And when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him.
So they after Yahushua said, this is like his parting words, they saw him. It says they beheld, a cloud received him. So he got beamed up into a so-called UFO as they saw him. Okay, and they saw him going up. Go ahead.
And a cloud received them out of their sight. And while they looked steadfastly toward heaven as he went up, behold, 2 men stood by them in white apparel.
So they as they were looking at Yahushua, he got beamed up. They looking, 2 angels pulled up. Those 2 men in white apparel, those are 2 angels. Go ahead.
Which also said, ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Yahushua, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven.
So the angels told them, basically they gave him a prophecy. They told him, look, the same Yahushua you see go up, he's going to come back again. And he's going to come back the same way he went up. So what does that tell us? That tells us that when Yahushua comes back, that's what the Apostle John saw in Revelation, the 1st chapter. When Yahushua comes back, he's coming back in a chariot. That was it on there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, con. So like we read, you can read that part again.
While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept.
Right, so Matthew 25th chapter, as it says, while the bridegroom tarried, and that started when Yahushua got beamed up, and he went up to the spirit world. And then we slumbered and slept, meaning that after a period of time, because after Yahushua went to the spirit world, it took, a couple years, some time after, you had the siege of Jerusalem, you had the Roman Jewish wars, and then you had the siege of Jerusalem, and then we fell. And then really came that falling away. Okay? So now let's read about that in the book of 2nd chapter, right? All right. Start the first verse.
All right. This is 2nd Thessalonians Chapter 2. Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Yahushua, and by our gathering together unto him, that ye be not shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter as from us, as that day of the Mashiach is at hand. Let no man deceive you by any means.
Right, and a lot of people are getting deceived. They're deceiving and being deceived. And that's ultimately by the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Go on.
All right. For that day shall not come except there come a falling away first.
So the Apostle Paul was telling the church of Thessalonica that, look, ultimately Yahushua is coming, but there's something that needs to happen before that. Right? The day of Yahushua's return is not going to come until what? The falling away, which is synonymous with the slumbering and sleeping in Matthew the 25th chapter. Because who fell away? Israel. And ultimately all of us, elect and non-elect, fell away from who we were. Go on.
And that man of sin be revealed.
So who is the man of sin? The man of sin is ultimately Esau Edom. Okay? And he's going to be revealed, meaning for a period of time, this devil was able to deceive. Oh, matter of fact, could you give me Revelation the 20th chapter? You know what I'm talking about. To deceive. And so he deceived people, and a part of his deception was hiding who he was. But it isn't until now that he's now being exposed, he's being revealed. Now everybody, you know, you got a lady that called the Alex Jones show talking about Edomites. These Edomites, bloodthirsty Edomites.
Yeah, bloodthirsty Edomite behavior.
Yeah, blood, exactly. There you go. Bloodthirsty Edomite. Well, she ain't seen nothing yet. You know,
She said it 3 times.
Three
so you
times.
understood.
So she knew what she was talking about. You know, so now it's more than obvious that this man is being revealed. So read that part again, before.
Alright. Of falling away first, and the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
The son of perdition, meaning the son of destruction. You got it?
Yeah, you want me to start from the top or just get the...
No, just get the point about the loose to deceive.
Revelation chapter 20 and 7. Yeah. Revelation chapter 20 and 7. And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison.
So that Satan there is talking about the Edomites. All right, because the word Satan means the adversary, and that's what they are. They are an adversary to us, because they're the wicked and we're the righteous. Go on.
And shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the 4 quarters of the earth.
So a part of the deception was the Most High. He's pale skinned. The angels are white. The Yahushua is white. The Israelites are white. But in another part of the deception was hiding who he was. You know, trying to hide the fact that he's an Israelite. So that's why Salakia, that he's an Edomite. So he called himself a Jew. You know, and they go by all these other terms to cover it. They took on the nationality of the Japhites. You know. Go ahead.
Psalms 144:8. Whose mouth speaketh vanity, and their right hand is a right hand of falsehood.
There you go.
That's the Edomites.
Got it.
Because their right hand, which is obviously supposed to be a righteous hand, is all delving in wickedness and deception. That's all they do. They try to do all this predictive programming. They try to keep you away from, like the brother was saying, they whitewashed all of our history so that we don't know where we came from, who the Most High's real name was, how he looks, all of that. So
Beautiful point. Their right hand is of falsehoods. And that's what they do. That's what they're good at. That's what they were created to do. You know, so that's why they feel most alive when they do that. Got it.
Alright, verse 4. Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called Yahweh.
And that's these Edomites. They have what is called a God complex. And they're hoping to achieve that through their technology. You know? They want to be techno gods, so to speak, because they can't control the spirit, but they're trying to get as close as possible to that.
Or that worship, so that he as Yahweh sitteth in.
Now you can read it verbatim.
Alright, take it back. Or that is worship, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing him
Spirituality. They're trying to cut us off because number one, who is the true power? Yahweh. But who is connected on the earth to the Most High? The Israelites. So through the Israelites, the laws and the ways of the Most High is supposed to be spread throughout the earth. So if they can cut off the connection from the Israelites, sort of like cut off the head, then that's it. Then they can reign over. But I mean, they sit there and forget that the Most High created everything. And there's been numerous times when the Most High felt like just destroying everything, you know, completely, which he did very closely, you know, when during the time of Noah. But I mean, these devils act as though there is no God, and it tells you in Psalms 14:1, the fool has said in his heart that there is no God. So it shows you that they're fools, children of base men. That was it on that.
now I was gonna say, yeah, to add on. I was with my brother coming here to the camp, and we was actually just talking about that because we were saying Esau is doing just what Pharaoh was doing.
Right.
They thought that our power, which is Yahweh, was just another, like another power that they conjure up or they could get from people that cast miracles and stuff like that. That's what they thought our power was, and so they realized it was like, oh shit, like I can't do that.
Right.
Like when Moses was putting all of those plagues on them and stuff, they couldn't do that. And then that's when they realize, oh shit, well, we in some trouble. And that's what that's what's ultimately gonna happen to Esau too. He's gonna keep going and the Most High is putting that spirit on him, but he's gonna keep doing that until he realizes, oh shit, now we in some real trouble and we fucked up. But it's gonna be too late. And ultimately he don't got no salvation anyway. So the Most High is putting that spirit on him to show his power.
Just like he did Pharaoh.
Exactly.
I might expound upon on that a little bit. I think it might have been after the second or the third plague is when I think one of the servants of Pharaoh said, "This is the finger of God," when they couldn't do the same thing that Moses and Aaron was doing. Because the first miracle that they did was they took their rod, they put it on the ground, and it became serpent. And Pharaoh's sorcerers did the same thing. And I think for the second thing with like the blood, and I think maybe the third one as well, maybe. But then it was either the second or third plague that then they was like, nah, this is the finger of Yahweh. We're not dealing with this.
No, you ain't touching that. Yeah, because but there's only but so much you can do. You know, number one, the left hand is not as strong as the right hand. Meaning the demons that these Egyptians were dealing with, they weren't on no level of the Most High. The Most High created those demons. You know, so that's why, because these Egyptians drew their power from the left hand side, as when Moses and Aaron were getting it straight from the source on the right hand side. You know, so that was a good point. Good point you brought out. Let's keep going in Matthew 25. And will you hold this?
I'm not sure.
All right.
Matthew 25 and 6. And at midnight there was a cry made, "Behold, the bridegroom comes."
So at midnight there was a cry made, you know, and that's around that time of the 1970, 69-ish, 1970, when these devils started to now go up into space with they quote unquote went up into space with their space programs, you know, for the Apollo and so on and so forth. And that's when what happened with that cry? Go ahead.
"Behold, the bridegroom comes. Go you out to meet him."
Right, and that cry was a spiritual cry, and it was the time for us to awaken. Okay, so you had men like Elder Abba Bivens, you know, and King Masha and High Priest Ariel, you know, our elders, up until our elders, up all the way up until now, you know. So that chain started, the Lord started it back up, you know, and then in process of time, here we are today. Go ahead.
Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps.
So Jake started waking up because we were Israelites, we are Israelites, but we didn't know, we were asleep. So when that time came, when that cry was made, we started to wake up. Ezekiel the 37th chapter. Go ahead.
And the foolish said to the wise, "Give us your oil, for our lamps are gone out."
Right, and that's going to happen ultimately when all hell starts breaking loose, because that's going to be when Yahweh's return is closest. And you're going to have individuals, especially when this MOTB comes out, you're going to have individuals that are going to be bugging out, trying to seek answers. Oh, you guys were right. Oh, you know, what about this? What about, wait, so what does this mean? So what do I do if they ask me this? Because Jake is going to come asking personal questions about their life, meaning, what do I do now that they're saying this at my job? Or now that, you know, I went here and I saw this, or what do I do? That's when Jake is really going to come seeking that quote-unquote oil, when it affects them physically, and they're like, I don't know what to do. I've been following this group for such and such long, but they didn't prepare me for this. So the only people that I know that really spoke about this are these men right here. So let me go and try to see if I can get some information from them. And you're going to find out at that time, people might have just brought the famine of the word, and you ain't going to find us. So you're going to be stuck without that oil.
I just wanted to add on to that. Just like oil, like going into oil, you know, like when you use oil, if you have it and you use it, it's already soaking in. So when you get it and you put it on all over you, it's not going to be soaked in. So like the Israelites and the brothers that are in this truth, if you're constantly using the oil, you soaking it in, you get in there in your mind, you understand it, you're going to be prepared. So when that time comes, you're going to know what's going on when you start seeing these prophecies popping up. So just going into the word oil and like how you physically use it as well, just to create that analogy for you, for the brothers watching.
Done. Yeah, because this truth is not an overnight thing. You know, so you, like you said, you gotta get into it. You know what I mean? You don't just come into the truth and then overnight you become a super duper an elder overnight elders. You know what I'm saying? Master teacher, overnight elder. You know, I woke up yesterday, and today I got it all. You know, I'm telling you, you really, that's not how it's supposed to be done. You know, dudes just pop up on the scene like they spawn out of the earth. You know, how long you been in the truth? Oh, about 36 hours. You know, and they come in. You look at it, you listen to the video. What the fuck? You know, and you know you got, and then they come out, and then you look at you hear the way they talk, and you like, there's only one area where you're gonna hear speech of that manner that's gonna cause you to talk like that. You know, dudes come in there 18 hours. They're 18 hours in the truth. You got guys out here saying that the MOTB is the Karagma. No, it ain't. Really is a white car. You know, because when you look at, you got to get in the car and then you got to get out the car. And if you can't get in the car, you can't get to places. Shit that don't make sense. But then they come. The thing about it is they speak with so much pride. You know, they speak confidently. You had the lady that came on the elder brother Manat's Zakbar's page talking about. She ain't even come asking a question. She ain't come saying this what I no. There will be no Jacob's trouble. Calm your nerves and all that. I'm like, you coming on there like you some authority. Yeah, like exactly. Like, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna declare the prophecies to you. You a prophet, but I'm going to declare the prophecies to you. You know, and I'm a woman, so I'm gonna come on here. I'm a confused woman at that, but I'm here to tell you what's really gonna go down, right? So I'm telling you there ain't gonna be no Jacob's trouble. I don't got scriptures to back it up. I'm just telling you. Hey, these people are fucking. Hey, but that leads us back to 2 Peter. You got it.
I meant to just say, you know, it'll be the women that'll be saying that they ready to go to war, and then they get out there and see that them motherfuckers ain't playing. Like, come on, like y'all want to join us? Y'all want to join the Marines and be all you can be? Y'all really acting like that's all that y'all have. Y'all don't know what it is on that battlefield, but y'all want equal rights. Y'all want to do everything that a man can do. So be my guest. At the end of the day, y'all gonna see something that y'all ain't ready for. Women don't even like to see blood like that, so let alone, you know, arms and limbs and everything hanging on the floor. Yeah.
Yeah. They screaming.
If they see a bug, you don't see grown ass men with AKs in your face. These men gonna be looking at you like you a piece of meat.
Yep.
Nah, women don't like any type of a confrontation. That's why they act all, you know, standoffish. They don't want to deal with you anytime you kind of, you know, talk in an authoritative manner.
It's gonna be dinner time then. You know, but yeah, like you said, man, they're squeamish, but they're the first people to jump up as if, you know. Now there was that video of that lady in the army talking about she crying and shit. You know, it's not funny, you guys. Y'all gotta be more sensitive. Like, I'm really scared for my life right now. Like, at any moment I could be deployed and. Oh, you didn't think about that when your ass jumped in there? You know? Number one, they stand all straight and shit, you know what I'm saying? Looking left, right, the sergeant yelling in your face. You know, deep down inside she's scared, but she want to act tough. You know, I got my badge, you put it on IG and shit like that. Now go do what the soldiers do. Oh, now it's a different story. Oh, wait, now y'all gotta pray for me. What you mean pray for you?
Getting shipped down overseas.
Yeah.
Time to fight.
Yeah, and you know, on the battlefield it's loud. You hear it. Matter of fact, real quick, Garwal, get that real quick. Isaiah 9:5. You know, on the battlefield, it's not like a soft. It's not a movie. It's not Call of Duty. Call of Duty, you turn up the volume, you can turn down the volume. You know, if it's too loud, you go to the settings, you fix it up a bit. You know, you get shot. Oh, you start cursing somebody out. You might throw your headset on the floor. You know, I turn this shit off. I'll play again later. Team deathmatch. We lost, right? Cursing out your teammates and shit. In real life, it ain't like that. You know, you got some Call of Duty players. It's a team deathmatch, but they just say fuck everybody else. The second the match starts, the nigga think he a G. You leave the whole crowd. He running this way. Get it, play of the game and shit, right? All right. In real life, you got a bullet inside your leg. You see how much that shit hurt. You know, because in the game you get shot, then you jump, then you duck, then you get up, then the screen goes red, but then you heal up. That's not realistic. In real life, you don't heal up that fast. You get shot, you shot. You're not going anywhere. You know, that people, they fail to understand what real life is about, man. You know?
Was it 35?
Not 9 and 5.
9.
Yeah. Because on, like I said, on the real battlefield, there's sons of and guns are loud. You got guns, tanks, you know, all these, you know, people screaming, bombs, grenades, and that's how that's how you know that all that stuff they're showing you that's so-called going on in Ukraine with the civilians are grabbing arms and they're doing this. Man, they got pictures of women in so-called army fatigue posing and shit on the middle of the street. She got the gun, and then they're taking a selfie and shit. Hold on a second. In the middle of war, you got time to go stand open in the middle in the street openly to take a selfie, and then you got the connection and the time to put a caption? What kind of war is that? So the enemies are just looking at, oh, hold up, she's doing a pose. Look around and shit. Oh, you done? All right, cool. Then they come, what the fuck? No, that shit don't make sense. They don't know what real war is like. Like the bar was saying, man, you see somebody's limbs blown off, you know, somebody, and it's just the upper half of them. And you can see literally like their spinal cord remains and all of that.
A real example of that is all of those war movies like Saving Private Ryan. When they was on the battlefield.
Well, I never seen it, but you could describe it.
But basically, when they was getting deployed, they went out to where was they? Vietnam? Norway. So
Something like that. Yeah,
they got to the beach.
Somewhere in Europe.
Yeah, they got to the beach and basically automatic. This dude was at the top of the hill with a Gatling gun, just tearing them away. And then they had to duck under the little dunes and shit. And his homie was next to him. He got blown into bits. He's holding him, dragging him on the ground. He looked back. He's dead.
Oh shit!
Like that's real war.
Their trenches was other dead bodies. In order to get away from that gunner, they was laying underneath dead bodies that was already hit up. Like that was like World War II. Saving Private Ryan was because that was Germany. They was going hard, and America got involved, got their ass tore up. And that battle on that beach in Norway, man, that shit wasn't even a joke, man. That was like a memorable battle because Germany tore their ass up. Like it was like, yeah, thousands of men, millions died. Like,
And the thing is, when you're on a battlefield, you gotta think and do shit. You can't hesitate. So to think, you know what? Let me actually lay low. Let me use the bodies as a. You think a woman is gonna sit? We actually gotta like lay on the dead body, you know, like shit like that. And while she's standing there, hesitating, not knowing what she wants to do or how disgusting that is, she gonna get shot in the brains. You know, or you might just get taken captive. They might just gun butt you, you knock out, and you wake up freaking, I don't know, you're tied to something somewhere, and it ain't gonna be good for you. You know, many visitors.
That's how you know this is all orchestrated. Because if it was real war, they wouldn't have a little drone in the air recording everything.
Right.
That don't make
Shut
sense.
that shit down.
That don't make sense.
Yeah. That's crazy, man.
So, I wanted to add to that too. Like, what scriptures that tremble you women?
I told you before to get it. Isaiah 32.
Yeah, like these women, like what did she say? She said people don't join the military to go to war. That's why the scriptures say tremble you women at ease, because you thought you was about to get a nice salary and just, you know, have fun, do all of those
college paid for.
yeah, like you thought you was about to just get the benefits
Yeah.
and not deal with the consequences. So
Isaiah 32.
she learned the hard way. And also the Most High is not mocked. If he's referred to as a man of war and y'all got women going to war, you think the Most High not gonna let them know what's up with that?
Right.
Because now you put in women in war. That's mockery of the Most High. And so she got what she got. Now she crying, you know, on the internet, and people still don't care.
Right, exactly.
And that's what war is. People aren't gonna care if you're crying. People aren't gonna care about, yo, I could die tomorrow. That's like, to you it might sound crazy. Yes, people actually don't care if you can die tomorrow. That's reality. And now she, you know, she had to learn the hard way that she might just go over and she might not just get killed. They might just snatch her up and, you know, have fun with her for a week until she's dead.
Right.
And they're not gonna be nice. They're not gonna feed her, and she's just gonna be sitting there doing whatever these men decide to do with her.
They gonna feed her, but not
And that's something that men have always had to deal with in war.
Right.
Those were the consequences that men knew beforehand. This is what I'm going to battle for, because they wanted to protect their kingdom. This woman ain't over there thinking about that shit. So that's what she gets. I don't feel bad. I'm one of the people in the comments laughing at her. I didn't actually make comment. I'm just saying, I'm one of the people laughing at you because the Lord is not mocked.
That's right. That's a beautiful, beautiful point you made, man. Very beautiful point. That's the thing. They don't count the cost. That's it. So that's the spirit. You know, and the Lord's gonna have a lot. See, and that shows you the stupidity of this. This is why this place, Babylon, needs to be destroyed. This is why this place is the land of confusion. You let women into your army. Where in the scriptures do you see women in the army, the Lord's army?
History period.
Exactly, in history period. Common sense tells you that a woman was not made for war. But then you go and say, oh well, yeah, that's misogynist, that's sexist. That's nigga. Do you want to be in war? If we tell you no, you complain. If we put you in war, you crying bitch. So what is it exactly that you want? You know? Hey, but like the brother said, you're gonna get exactly what you want. You wanted to be there. Now you got to deal with the consequences. See, your dumb ass ain't never thought that there was actually gonna be a war. So you thought, oh, I'm gonna just join the military because I hear a lot of good stories. You go, you get the money, you get paid for, you get this, yada yada. You know how many women get raped in the army and in the military? And that's it. They don't get no. They come back with stories, but okay, now what? You know, by your lieutenants or your sergeants or whatever. But Jake don't think about that. You got it.
Isaiah 9:5. For every battle of the warriors with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
Right, so this is talking about that World War III, that War of Armageddon, but the point was that every battle of the warrior is fought with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. So when you're on the battlefield, you need to, that's why, look, you don't just get up and go into war. Warriors are trained so that they can develop a battle instinct, so that when they're on the battlefield, they know what it's like, you know, at least. And great warriors have experience in war, meaning that they've gone to war and survived and come back, so they know what it's like on the battlefield. They know that when they step on the battlefield, they got to be in the mindset that, look, I might lose my life, I might not go back, so I got to fight. You can't see somebody and hesitate, because the dude want to kill you and you want to kill him. This is not an Instagram meme where you thinking, man, I hope he doesn't shoot me. He's thinking, man, I hope he doesn't shoot me, but they all shoot each other. No. When you go to war, the next man, your enemy, in his mind is saying, if I don't kill this guy, he's going to kill me. And I got a family to go back to, or I got a country to defend, or whatever the case is. So they come in with the intent to kill. You got a lot of these people that they shy away from even an argument. They're scared of a little fight. How are you going to survive in war? And you know what? The Most High is going to bring the war here. That's why, see, when they declare martial law is warlike law. So why would they declare warlike law? Well, it has to be like a war zone here. And that's what's going to happen. People got guns, you know, and when the lights go out, people going to get busy, man. The Lord's going to put a very ruthless and vicious and lascivious spirit on people, and they're just going to go crazy. They're not going to chill. They're not going to have mercy. They're not going to want to talk to you. They're just going to come in 2nd Ezra 15. The course of their action shall stand in their power. You got Isaiah? You can start at where it says the man shall be, I think it's the 2nd verse, and then jump down.
Isaiah chapter 32 and 2. And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest.
And that wind, that tempest, that ultimately represents that destruction, which will come in different forms. All right? It'll, see, when you're hungry, right? When you're hungry, especially in that time, what do you do then? You know, like you really hungry, but like you in the city somewhere, and you know chaos is breaking forth, all hell is breaking loose. You gotta now, like they'll show you like TV shows like The Walking Dead and stuff like that. You gotta risk your life, because the second you step out of your house, you're a target. So you gotta risk your life to try and find maybe a supermarket or an abandoned grocery store that maybe you could scavenge a little sign in there and then get back to wherever you at safely with it so that you can eat. What woman you think is going? Number one, if a dude steps out, he gotta watch his back. If a woman steps out, a dude can step out and he looks around, ain't nobody there. So boom, 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 he gets his stuff. He gotta hide the backpack or he gotta run. Because if they see you got a backpack, like what's that show? The movie Hunger Games. The movie Hunger Games. You know, they got in the beginning when you drop on the battlefield, there's like all the resources at the center. You know, so you gotta grab your stuff and run out into the woods or wherever as fast as you can. If a woman steps out, everybody gonna jump out the woodworks. They ain't gonna wait. They gonna jump out Benjamin style, because you know what? When a dude steps out, they might wait. Nah, this guy, he might have he might be able to hurt me. He might have a gun. He might be able to defend himself. So yeah, whatever. I don't need him. But then they see him with a backpack. That's the valuable. What is in the bag that I need? So that might prompt them to come out the woodworks to try to attack the dude to get what he got in the backpack. The second a woman step out, she don't gotta have a backpack. She don't gotta have shit. She is the goods. So that's gonna prompt him and 10 other dudes to pop out the woods on her. You know. So now here it is. She went out to the store to try and get something, and she ain't never come back. You know. So it says a man shall be as in hiding place, because in these times the main predators are gonna be men, right? Men with guns. Men with chains, men with bricks, pipes, bats, icicles, ice picks, hair picks, bones, chairs, car tires, you know, whatever they can get their, whatever they can get their hands on. Anything can really turn into a weapon. A shoe could be a weapon, you know. So who is the prey? Out of the two genders, if the man is the predator, who's the prey? When you watch like Dateline NBC, how many times on Dateline NBC have you seen a woman come to an underage boy and then she gets caught? Damn near everybody you see there is a grown-ass man, whether he's coming for a little boy or a little girl. You know, and then he gets caught. What's the name? Chris Hansen walks out on him. You got all the receipts and said, why don't you go ahead and have a seat over there? Then the nigga heart starts beating this shit. And I saw an episode where this dude, man, yo, these heathens be wild as shit. I think he was a heathen. He looked like a heathen. Dude. The dude ain't even get into the house yet, and he started taking off his clothes outside the house. And the nigga came, he wasn't cut. Now this dude was different. Usually, you know, they got the table, and then the agent tries to bait them. So the agent will be like near the door, saying, "Give me 1 second, I'm gonna go change and come out." Nah, this nigga came in there. He opened the door. He's coming straight for him. He said, "Take a seat." He said, "Nah." He's coming around the table. He's trying to get back there, and he's coming naked. You know, so this nigga was getting ready and shit. They found like some wild shit. They found ropes and duct tape in his car and shit. They're like, so Chris Hansen asked him, "So what were you planning to do today?" He said, "Oh, I just came to talk." He said, "We found ropes and duct tape in your car. You came to talk?" You know, I'm a creative talker. This nigga. Yo, these people be bugging, man. But like I said,
You should see what I can do with the rope. God damn.
No, but nevertheless, most of the time you're gonna see the dudes that are coming and they're praying, or they're being the predators. You don't see women coming in there all aggressive and shit. You know, you try to get up, she sit your ass down and shit. You know, it's my time tonight, snooze. No, they don't do that, like some Futurama shit. No. So in that time, who's gonna be the prey? The women are gonna be the prey. Who's gonna be the predator? The men are gonna be the predator. So if you have a male lion that comes to another pride, like another pack over there, and he sees a bunch of female lions, and maybe they got food, and he comes to try and take it, unless there's another male alpha in that pack who comes out and fights him, they done. They're gonna have to back off. You know, even the animal kingdom shows you that. So you're gonna need a man. If there's a man attacking you, your best chance is another man to defend you. It doesn't matter what he looked like, how scrawny he is, because men have something called adrenaline, and adrenaline it goes deep. Adrenaline unlocks your reserves of whatever it is. You remember, on the everyday to day tip, you don't use as much strength as your body can produce, you know, or as much speed as your body can produce. You know how people PR, meaning they hit new personal records when they run in track? You know, you might wonder, damn, how'd you run so fast today? Because that adrenaline is pumping. And it's in the mind. You know, in the mind, if they get, maybe you running and you got somebody that's catching up, so that's forcing you to try and, you know, or it's a relay race and your team is behind and you trying to win the race, you're going to run faster. Because your mind is going to unlock those doors to open, which is going to pump more adrenaline. There was a story of I think the dude was a mountain climber, and he went up, he climbed to a top area, and the top of the mountain, it was like a big ass piece, like half a boulder. and it rolled down. So unfortunately for his ass, he was about to get crushed. So as this boulder, they said it was humanly impossible to lift. So this shit just came, you know what I'm saying, and landed on his ass. But when it landed, he was able to catch it and throw it off of him off down the mountain. Now they said when they found him, all his muscles and his tissues were gone, done, torn up, destroyed. Because the amount of strength that he had to exert in order to lift such a heavy boulder off of him, his muscles couldn't handle that. It did it, but it tore up everything. And then they said that, yeah, that was because the brain went into that survival mode. So all the reserve strength and everything you had, it pushed it into that strength that allowed him to be able to lift that. Because naturally you wouldn't be able to lift that. See, so adrenaline, like I said, it doesn't matter what the dude looks like. Once that adrenaline gets pumping, yo, you can have a scrawny ass dude take somebody out. You know, because that adrenaline is pumping. He's in survival. Either I fight or I die. Yo, but let's keep going in that. And whatever else, y'all got precepts, whatever you can bring it out.
Isaiah chapter 32:2. And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as the rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land.
Right, and as you're reading these things, these are all like relief in time of trouble, right? You need water in a weary place. You're tired, it's hot, you know. What's the first thing you're looking for? Water. You know, like that SpongeBob episode when he went up into Sandy. For those who watched SpongeBob or watched it before, he went up into Sandy the squirrel. He went up into her dome. Now we know she breathes air, right? So he goes up into the dome acting all tough and shit like he don't need water. You know, he's sitting there, you know, the nigga one eye look bigger than the other. His sponge ass starts to shrink and shit. The nigga sitting there talking about I don't need it, I don't need it, I don't need it. The nigga almost died, right? So he needed that water because he was weary. So when you tired, say you done walk through the Sahara Desert and you just finally barely crawled out, your lips are so dry, you know, you look like a ghost. And you see a bucket of water over there, what you gonna do? That's gonna be like heaven to you. So that's how it's gonna be to find a man of the Lord in that time when all hell is breaking loose. Which we're pretty much in the beginning phases of that time now. As these prices are going up, like we can think gas prices going up. So you know what? That's all right. I don't drive. I take public transportation. Well, you know who drives? The people who bring the milk and the food to your grocery stores. They drive. And when they drive them trucks, you may get 10, 12, 15 gallons. A truck that brings all these products nigga can't get 12, 10, 15 gallons. He got to get way more. So that means he got to pay way more.
Yeah, that was I think our brother brought it out. There was a trucker who filled up his whole truck.
Yep.
And it costed him $1,000 something
Yep.
to fill the whole thing up.
He did a video. He was saying, look, you see that right there? That's when that is going to explain why your gallon of milk is going to go up to $11, because he showed it. He said, look, the only way you get that milk is through those refrigerated whatever that bring it to those stores. So the more money the trucking companies have to pay to get it to you, the more you gonna pay to receive it. Because if I'm paying your expenses, then I gotta pay you for you to get the products, and I'm going bankrupt. I can't do that. So you're gonna have, they make a lot of profit, they make a little bit of profit, they make no profit, then they start losing money. That's when they file for bankruptcy. They say, look, we're not doing this no more. You deal with it, you know? Because I'm finna sit here and pay for your groceries. Are you crazy? So then people are gonna go to the store and find out of stock. You're gonna go to the refrigerator, damn, this shit empty, you know? So you're gonna ask them, well, you guys like, no, we're not getting any more. What is that gonna do to stores? It's gonna have these stores closed down. Because the store can't stay open. How does the store stay open? Well, they pay for the stuff comes to the store, then people buy the stuff and the money comes in. Then with the money, they can maintain the store. But if there's nothing to sell, there's no money coming in. If there's no money coming in, how are you gonna keep the building up? How are you gonna keep the standards that they come and check? How are you gonna pay for anything? So eventually they shut down as well. So all this is engineered chaos that's gonna lead to a painful time, like Yahushua called it the beginning of sorrows. And you women are gonna pay heavily, as well as you men. really anybody that's not of the elect. Get jumped down to like,
Isaiah chapter 32, verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease.
so that's why the Lord said, rise up. Meaning that comfortable state that you in, enough for you to talk shit. You know, that's like a mouse talking shit to a cat. You know, the nigga, you know, you come there, squeak, squeak. What's up, nigga? You know, yeah, I ate the cheese. What you gonna do? And you thinking about, you looking at this, and the cat is confused. Because he's looking at the mouse, he's looking around like, what is going on here? That's these women, they're comfortable. You know, they're comfortable. That's like Tom and Jerry. And like Jerry knows that the mom, the mother of the house, if Tom touches him, the mom gonna whoop Tom's ass. You know, so Jerry come out, you know, he come talking shit, he come and pluck one of Tom's whiskers and shit, you know, he fucking with him, slapping him, you know, shaking it, whatever he's doing. He knows that the lady she gonna fuck Tom up. So now what happens when the lady said, you know what, she leaves the house, she gotta go to the hospital or some shit. Then Tom get up like, oh yeah. He gonna lay there quietly and let Jerry come out with his proud big ass head, you know, come and shit, yeah, regular. He come to do his shit, and then Tom gonna grab his ass. And he's gonna scream for the lady, but she ain't gonna be there. And that's gonna be these women. That's why the scriptures say, rise up, ye women that are at ease. You go to talk shit to a man in that day. Matter of fact, you don't even gotta do it. All the previous times you talk shit, you got dudes in jail. You know, there's situations where there are people in prison to this day that every single day they wake up and they think about the woman that got them there. And they're like, man, and when they work out, that's what they're thinking about. And they're thinking about the painful, brutal things they want to do to that woman. But for her putting him there, and he might have had a child with her. So now he's mad that she done screwed him over, and he misses out on his son's whole childhood. So now he's in there like, this is her fault. You know, you never know. Maybe they might have had it good. He might have went to work. He might have came home. Maybe he went to pick up the son, right, from school, and he came home and found his wife being bent over in many different ways. You know, her body moving in ways he never thought was possible. By another messed up the other dude, and then the wife called the cops on him, had him arrested. Now he's in jail. He got to come out and pay life child support. The woman went back with the other nigga. All this shit. He's in jail, and his mind is, the second I get out of here, I'm finding that bitch, and it's over for him. You know, it's over for him. He might snap a neck, or he might get a piece before he snaps a neck. And guess what? They're gonna be let out at just the right time. They're gonna be let out at the time where ain't no cop gonna do nothing for you. The cop might just say, oh yeah, that bitch, she live right there. She live in that building right there. You go, like the dude who killed his I think his pregnant girlfriend, and then his ex-wife on Facebook Live. Nigga went there, you know, he gave his little background story, right? Say, yeah, you know, and just don't mess with people's feelings, man. Don't mess with people. Then he says, yeah, so I'm here at my ex-wife's house, you know, and I'm gonna kill her. Oh, there she is. And he dips, you know. And she tried to, you know, close the door and shit. This nigga said, nah. That definitely you jumped on him, huh?
So you said today's the day or something like
that?
Yeah,
something like that, yeah. Today's the day. You found her ass, and today was the day. You know, so both her and him, they back up there. You know, whatever they gonna do up there. But anyway, that's how it's set up. Now there was another story of an individual who had a baby with him, and he was on Facebook Live as well. He said, look, it's gonna go down. He said, I'm tired of these cops. I'm not surrendering shit. It's gonna be a shootout. He said, y'all gonna have to take me out of here dead. So he's literally talking to the cops from the inside. He's like, no, I'm not surrendering, but I got my son over here, so come and get him, so then we can shoot it out. Yeah, he was dead ass. You know? So hey, look, the point is, when shit goes down, women ain't gonna be in a position to be talking shit. Even if they don't talk shit, they still gonna be a target.
And they got easy to do so right now, because if you check out the woman's mouth on them, how they talk to these men, you know, just in your day-to-day travel, and they walking down the street, like how that couple just walked past, like, it'll be Jake as talking to the man or the baby father reckless, like, she controls his every aspect. When I'm looking in his face like, bro, I want to smack her my damn self. Right. I know you want to smack her. You just being poised, because, you know, maybe you got that temperament on you, or maybe you've been through the jail system and knowing how easy it is to get locked up, or even arguing with a chick, so you holding your composure. But that day come, you ain't gonna be arguing that. Oh, you can just give her that look and she'll fall straight in line. You know what I mean? And then with Jacob's trouble, with people running up in your crib, they're gonna be looking for men for protection. That's why that this verse is so. I mean, this chapter is so beautiful, man. All the way down.
Yep. It's gonna be, look, protection is gonna be vital, man. It's gonna be vital. There was a video, I think it was a football player or something. Man, he body slammed that woman, man. I don't know if it was baby moms or whatever. He came in there, I don't know why, but he was pissed the hell off, you know? And he was not chilling, man. He grabbed her, choke slammed her ass on the ground. Then he got up, he said, fuck it ain't enough. He picked up and body slammed her. And she couldn't do shit. And she was just hoping that it would end very quickly. But then just when she thinks it's over, then he comes back and does some more. You know what I mean? And then it's like he walks to the door like he's leaving, and she's fine. Thank God. She gets up, and the nigga right there. Nah, shit. Again, you know. So I'm looking at this. I'm like, damn, you know. But she done got beat, whatever. Of course, now you know it's a whole case, and she filed this. But what happens in a time when you can't do that? That's why the Lord said, "Rise up, you women that are at ease." You're at ease because you can call the cops. You're at ease because if a dude grabbed like a woman's neck on the, like maybe you down 125th Street or whatever, right? And then the woman is talking crazy to a dude, right? Grabs her by the neck, bitch, shut the fuck up. You know how many, hey, wait, chill out, man, what's going on? Hey. She could bank on that, right? She just scream a bit and she could bank on that. What happens when ain't nobody around, or even if there are people around, they minding their own business. Everybody going through some shit. The dude grab you by the neck and you looking around. Y'all just gonna let him go, hey, ain't nobody gonna say shit. Now what? And he's gonna know that. He's gonna look around, ain't nobody say shit. A cop gonna be walking by, he gonna see you. All right, he gonna turn the other way and just keep on going. That's when reality is gonna hit, you know? Got it.
I want to add a point to that. The Most High is not a respectful person, so nobody's gonna escape judgment. I just saw a story about this. I think this dude was 83 years old. He's a transgender, and he lives in Brooklyn. And he was a serial killer.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and they found the torso of like an 87-year-old woman in a shopping cart or some shit. This is in Brooklyn. And they locked him up, and they found out that he had a history. He killed somebody in like 1967 or something,
Oh my God.
1980 or something. Like he got a body count on him. And he said, you know what? I'm gonna become a woman so that people don't suspect me. And he killed somebody's grandmother or some shit. 87 years old. The point I was getting at is that nobody's gonna escape. You 87 years old, think you know you're gonna have your little bit of years left, and then some dude just finds you, or dude, woman, dude, and chop you up.
Shit. Decepticon, nigga transformed.
It's crazy.
Transformed and put her out. That's crazy. Yeah. Hey, but like you said, man, no matter of fact, that's hold that real quick. Let's get Ezekiel chapter 9 since you mentioned that. And start at the 4th verse. You know, because that's like you said, the Most High is not a respecter of person. So he's coming and he's issuing out. The Most High looks at the spirit. Are you doing wickedness or righteousness? I don't give a damn if you're a man, woman, child. I don't care. You know, what I'm worried about is, are you following my ways or not? So you're gonna see some harsh judgments, and you're gonna, damn, Most High, oh my gosh. You know, the scriptures talk about the righteous being quiet for fear of evil. So what that means is, you ain't gonna see me intervening when the Lord is judging your ass. I'm hoping the Lord don't judge my ass. So what position am I gonna be in to jump in front of the judgment? Oh Lord, wait, hold up, but she a woman. Nigga, the Lord might just jack your ass up too. You know? Because you don't know why she's getting the judgment she's getting. You know, that's the thing. You got a lot of Captain Saverholes that jump in, but they don't understand what is actually going on. The scriptures say that meddle not in matters that concern thee not, and it also says basically you gotta hear the conclusion, you gotta hear the whole matter before you do anything. You judge a matter, you answer it, whatever. Hear the whole thing. But you just see, you know, you judge based on what you see at that particular part, and you might just get fucked up. There was I think like an article that I think the elder Ayathan did a video on it, on a man and his woman were arguing. Some other dude jumped in there to try and, you know, break it up and help out. Man, they killed that dude, man. hit him in the head with a hammer or some shit, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, the man hit the guy in the head with the hammer. He died, and then the woman helped her man cover it up.
Ah, there you go. There you go. So you thinking, damn, you know, he probably about to beat on her ass. So let me come in there, you know, Superman and shit and help out. Nigga standing there like Superman till the sledgehammer came, boom. Now he's done. The nigga turned around and he's in the spirit world, like he seen angels around him, like, oh, what happened? He was a sit, nigga. That's what happened. Sit your ass down, you know. So a lot of that's gonna be happening. You know, you try to go and jump in a situation that doesn't concern you. The nigga pull out a gun. Ah, now it concerns you. See, now you start thinking, man, was it really? Yo, here it is. I told my wife I'm gonna go buy groceries, and hey, I'm now getting held up at gunpoint and shit. You know, I took the car and I came back walking. What happened? You know, next time you mind your own business. Niggas might take your clothes too. This mad cold, you walking around in your underwear and shit. Hey, the Most High is about to bring some real. It's gonna be so painful, humiliating, and that's why it talks about shame shall cover her. Isaiah 4:1, to take away our reproach, which is shame. Because there's gonna be a lot of humiliation, especially when you get judged and there's nothing you can do about it. You feel powerless, you know, or those that depend on you are calling on you for help and you can't do anything because you're powerless. That's not a good feeling at all. Imagine you at home, you a wicked individual, you at home with your wife and kids. Maybe you got two daughters, a son, and a wife, newlywed. You know, you newly married it. Wow, you can't be newly married and have 2 kids. So hold up, you got a wife. That's the point, right? And here it is, all hell breaks loose. And I don't know, maybe like 3 dudes break in, knock your ass, slap your ass into the chair somewhere and tie you up. And now you got to witness whatever they about to do to your wife and then your little children. And then they're looking at you, they pinned your wife down and she's looking at you screaming and crying and you just there, you can't do shit, literally. And the Lord might have you in a position like that to really mess you up. People think, you know, people say, oh, whatever happens, happens. If I die, I die. Nigga, don't you know there's things worse than death? And then comes death. So there's a reason the Most High is called the King of Terrors. You may watch movies like Saw, and you may think, damn, that's brutal. How do you think about that? Well, that came from a man's mind, ultimately, you know? So how much more for the mind of the Most High, who invented the definition of terror? And here it is, you witnessing your wife getting ran through by 5 different dudes, then they throw her to the side somewhere, and then they move on to your daughters. No, please, no. And there's nothing you could do. And in that moment, you trying everything you can. If you could break your arm and just to break that shit, you would, but then you can't. And then you feel helpless. The realization of now it's done, and now you couldn't do shit, and now you just here. That helpless feeling, that's gonna drive people crazy, man. And then they might just kill them all in front of you. Then what? You see, that's the painful realization that people don't think about when they mess with the Most High. When they talk shit about Yahweh Shai, they don't. When you come on the common board and you start talking your shit, you should sit down and think about these kinds of scenarios. What if I ended up in a position like this? Because the Most High is the one who's gonna have the spirit on those men to do that to your family in front of you and whatever, you know. So and then you know what? They might just eat your family alive. You know, they might just have them in the basement somewhere, and then occasionally they go and they chop off some flesh, and then they come up. And here it is, you upstairs, and you wondering where's the meat coming from? And then you come and find out, no, that's your wife. We eating your wife little by little. That's her leg, and that's what we eat. Niggas don't think about this because it's far out of their minds that they could ever be in a situation like this. Think again. All right, think again. That's why you fear Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Let's get on that.
Ezekiel 9:5. Then to the others he said, 4?
Yeah, start at 4. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm just giving examples. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like some sick individual. I'm just giving examples. You know, you got people that might watch the video like, yeah, this brother be going mad vivid with the No, but I got to. I have to go vivid with the details. So that because dudes, when they hear things, they don't imagine what's going on. You gotta imagine, because the mind thinks in pictures. So if I could paint a good enough picture, maybe your wicked ass might get scared enough to where you might stop. And the scriptures say, therefore, knowing the terror of the Lord, we persuade men. So I'm just telling you, and really what I'm saying ain't got nothing on how bad it's really gonna get. So if I were you, I strongly advise that you stop your wickedness. If you're talking shit and scoffing, you should stop that. You should seriously consider stopping that. You know, if the Spirit will let you. You got it.
Ezekiel 9:4.
Oh yeah, come in a bit. Or if you, yeah, come in. Either you come in or you go out. All right, you go ahead, brother.
And the Lord said to him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
So who represents Jerusalem? Us, Jake. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So the Lord said, go through the midst of Jerusalem, right, and set a mark. Now, when you go into the word mark in that precept, the word mark is I'm about to say corral, but no, it's a thawat, which is a mark of exemption. It's a spiritual mark, meaning that you like how the Lord marked Cain, and He gave him that leprosy for the elect. There's a spiritual mark, okay, to where they would be exempt from judgment. So that's what that mark represents. Go ahead.
And to the others he said, in my hearing, go you after him through the city and smite.
Go after him through the city and smite, meaning kill. Go ahead.
Let your eye
Let not.
spare, neither have
Read that
you
again.
pity. Let your eye
Let
spare.
Let not your eyes.
Sorry. Neither have you pity.
So don't look at him and feel bad and no, but it's a 2-year-old. The angels don't come with emotions. The angels don't come with emotions. All right, that's not the starter pack of an angel. Don't come with emotions. No, they programmed to serve the Lord. They tremble in His presence. So when it comes, the Lord told them, look, you go and you send out this judgment, and don't let your eyes spare. Don't have pity. Don't feel bad for anybody. Just bring out the judgment.
Slay utterly, old and young.
So slay utterly, meaning kill, but kill completely, old and young. So like you described that, or somebody's grandma, 87 years old, you know, she had torso found, you know, all this shit, you know, eyeballs gouged out, centipedes inside your ears, running around in your eyes and your brains and shit, you know. They got many, bro, man, freaking put fire ants on your private parts. There's people out there's infinite ways, you know, there's a TV show called 1,000 Ways to Die. The Most High got infinite ways to kill, all right? And He got ways that he can make you wish you were dead. You don't want to fall in that category to where you wish you were dead. You know how much people love their lives? You know what somebody would do to survive? Meaning showing how much they love their lives? And the Lord's going to do something to you so bad that you're going to wish you were dead? You only imagine how bad it's going to be?
Certain countries, you got military torturers that get information from people they interrogating. Their tactics is like the iceberg compared to our, you know, his mind, his idea. He meditates terror, but they got some crucial shit that they doing already to people, like waterboarding and all those tactics that they do. Just imagine when there's no limit to, like, no restrictions on what your mind to imagine what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the things that people gonna go through is like ridiculous compared to what's going on already right now. Like I said, in the Middle East, when they were trying to interrogate terrorists or so-called terrorists, the things that they used to do, like what they doing in Guantanamo Bay, you seen that? There was a whole scandal on what they was doing to those dudes over there in Ishmael. With piling them up on top of each other, humiliating them. But they do things that's painful too, man. They'll pluck all your nails out your hand. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Leave you tied up to a tree post and let rodents and shit get on you. They do some wild stuff. And that's just Esau mind state. Just imagine when people all over the world just releasing their anger and frustration and all the things that they really wanted to do but they couldn't do because of laws and shit. You know what I mean? Like when the jails get let out. All the things that them dudes gonna be doing, like you said, this girl to his boyfriend, he get out of jail from his girl getting like that.
Hey, most High mess around, have you buried alive. You ever been buried alive? Somebody put you in a coffin, dig you 7 feet deep, put you in there, and just cover sand on you. And you stuck in there, like this. just in there. You can't even move. You can't, if your toes itch, your knees itch, you can't scratch. You just stuck in a tight ass coffin, buried alive. You left there to die. Man, people don't know, man. People don't know. I think they said they have this torture thing where it doesn't sound like it at first, but when you in it, it's not fun. Where they put these headphones on you where you cannot hear anything at all. And then they blindfold you to where you can't see anything at all. And then they tie you up and leave you there. And you're just there. So at first you think, oh, I'm just here. But eventually it feels like you don't exist anymore. You can't hear anything. You can't see anything. You're just there for like days and weeks. And then you have no interaction, no human, no nothing. You're just there. And then it becomes torturous. You know? They got where they force like these headphones on you where it's loud music just playing the whole time. There's many ways of torture, man.
That's gonna be a regular thing. We gonna hear that shit like, see, what I know, Jacob's trouble is not only Jake on Jake type shit. You got these heathens who be meditating torture for us too. You know what I mean? We gonna be going through the bullshit that we going through living in our neighborhoods against our own neighbors. But you also got religion when you're here looking to raise hell. Like you see that in the first when they was coming with the trucks and they was ended up in the project. So you know these people they be meditating terror too. And the thing that they got in their mind is way worse than just kicking in your door trying to pillage you for your whatever you got. They want to take you to their torture chambers and like, you know, have their little games. Like, who could kill this person the craziest? But you know those dudes up in the mountains, man, they looking for this, man. Those skinheads and all that. Those motherfuckers can't wait to get their hands on us, man. And the guns and shit, they got guns mounted on their trucks and shit. You know, Jake ain't ready for that, man. So you know, you gotta hide in the Lord, or the man of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? That's the main thing that I was getting. You know, for the whole part of us being those men, we trying to make sure that you know we out here to try to wake y'all up right now, but persuade y'all, you know, to do the right thing now. Because in the end, we not around. It ain't like we going to look for y'all to save y'all. You know what I mean? Y'all gonna be looking for us. You know, that's it.
Ezekiel 9:6. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women.
Maids, little children, and women. Shit, go ahead.
But come not near any man whom is the mark.
So who is really going to be the special ones? The men who have the mark of exemption. And that's why it's going to be crucial. Oh, real quick, you going time? Let's get Isaiah 13 and I think 12. The man shall be
Come not near any man whom is the mark.
Come not near any man whom is the mark. So these angels are going to have assignments, right? Put this guy to death. Put this guy. Take them all out, except for these individuals here. So there are certain angels that are in charge of starving you out, giving you diseases and plagues, you know, doing all manner of things to you. But they're not going to come near the elect, meaning they can't. You know, these men they can't put any harm on them. Whether it's a wild animal. See, angels tell the wild animals, look, go attack this guy, you know, and then all of a sudden you walk in and then they just pounce on your ass and grab you by the jugular and tear your shit up. But they're not gonna harm the elect, the men of the Lord, you know. And the Lord, hey, Isaiah 59:19, Lord gonna manifest spiritual power.
I was gonna say that there's a precept saying, "The beasts of the earth shall be at peace with thee."
That's right. Yep. Because matter of fact, we get that too. We got 2 Peter, right? You know, so as a matter of fact, those wild animals, they're gonna be at peace with us. So they're not gonna attack us, but they might protect you. You know, you might just have wolves and lions and whatnot, bears, you know, just protecting you. You know, guarding your ass. Yeah, they all of not to talk about. Say you got Jake talking about kung fu ninjas and shit. They gonna come and aid the elect.
Kung fu monkeys.
Gonna come the water. You know, here it is. You in the city somewhere and you see a whole bunch of monkeys swinging on their tails and shit with headbands and fucking what they call them things? The fucking
Shuriken?
nah,
Nunchucks?
Nah, it's not that. It's the shit that from Ninja Turtles, the Michelangelo had is like short. It's like a short knife with like two pointy things on the ends. Yeah, something like that. The ninjas use it. You know,
Those are like daggers.
yeah, it's like daggers,
Oh,
but
yeah,
it's like
yeah.
designed a little differently. Yeah, those. I don't know. I forgot what they call it. But anyway, they gonna fly. Here it is. Monkey go. You know what I'm saying? Throw that shit. You know, you wondering what the hell's going on? Kung Fu monkeys and shit. Nigga, bro, stop. You know, you better find some building to hide your ass in. You know, he's gonna stand out there. You know, come out there like they supposed to just pop out the bushes and shit. Look, you gotta be. I mean, the Lord says He's gonna manifest divine intervention, but you gotta be realistic with the joint. You know, a blind kung fu monkey, you gonna fly off the sky somewhere, just latch onto the nigga's face and just know. Hey, I mean, Jake got imaginations, man. Where were we? We finished on that?
Yeah, I think that's
Con, you had more precious than fine gold, right? I can bring that up.
This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir.
There you go. The Lord says He's gonna make a man more precious than fine gold. And you know how people love gold. See, if a dude put on gold, chicks look at him different. You know, he's you know, because of what he got on. You know, gold watch is nice. That's what they like. Jewelry is quote unquote blinging. It's valuable, and gold is valuable for more than its looks. It has very good properties, healing properties, all of that, right? So the Lord says He's gonna make a man more precious, not as precious, more precious than fine gold. Fine gold. Okay, even the golden wedge of Ophir. So what is going to make a man more precious than fine gold? Well, in that time when all hell is breaking loose, you ain't going to see a man and then see gold. See, in today's society, if a woman sees a man and she sees gold, dude look average, she sees a pile of gold, she going for the gold. In that time, she's not going to go for the gold because she can't eat the gold. The gold can't protect her, but the man can protect her. You know, the man can provide for her. Imagine you got there's a man of the Lord walking around, and he can literally turn stone to bread, or he can just manifest, you know, food or whatever, make herbs grow out, you know, with a tree, you know, make it come back. It's all spiritual power, you know. Set up a force field around it. Here it is, you walking, and there's a force field around you where nobody can step within this perimeter of you. You know, they literally can't come. They can't come close to you. You just good. Wherever you want to go, you can go. Imagine that. You think you're going to pick a pile of gold over that man? No, you're not. Because he's going to be valuable, because everything you need, he's going to be able to provide you. The same way everything we need, the Most High, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, is going to provide it for us. You see, and that's why we do the things we do now, man. Because the Lord says, seek Him while He may be found. Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter, seek the Lord in the days of thy youth, when the evil days come not. That was good on that. Let's get this.
Job 5:19. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee.
There shall no evil touch thee. Yeah, exactly. You know, keep on going. Which ultimately is talking about the destruction, because in the seventh trumpet, which is the seventh trumpet, is when the destruction hits. So in between the 6th and the 7th, the elect are going to get delivered out of here, and that's why the scriptures say the righteous shall scarcely make it, roughly paraphrasing, because the elect are going to get delivered right as the missiles are flying. So it's going to be just in the nick of time. Go ahead.
20. In famine he shall redeem thee from death.
Yep, in famine he shall redeem thee from death. So how do you survive the famine? How do you get redeemed from death during the famine? You got to eat. And it says in Isaiah 65 that the Lord, 13 and 14, the Lord said his servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. So if you're hungry, what does that mean? That means that there's a famine. So if his servants are going to eat, that means that one way or another, the Lord's going to find a way to feed us. Go ahead.
And then war, the power of the sword.
So as all hell is breaking loose, you know, and there's violence and gunshots and so on and so forth, the Lord is going to redeem us from the power of the sword, which the power of the sword is a weapon, a gun, like I said, a gun, a bat, a knife, a machete, you know, a light post, whatever, signboard, anything that somebody can use to try and harm you. Pitchforks, the Lord is going to redeem us from that. Okay? All right?
21. There shall be hid, thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue. Neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh.
Yeah, we're not going to be afraid of destruction because we're going to know that we have the Lord on our side and that we're going to be protected and we're going to be taken care of. All right, there's more.
At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh.
Yeah, because see, nobody laughs. Let me give you an example, right? If you got, maybe you in a situation where a bank robber goes up, right? And then he got like a gun on him or whatever. He puts a gun to your head. He says, yo, be you a cashier, so either run, give me all the money in the cash register. A regular cashier is not gonna stand there and start laughing, start chuckling shit. Here it is, you got a gun to his head, it's loaded. Now, I'm gonna make the story even better. Say the dude cocked the gun back and shot the next cashier, and then put the gun to the dude's head and said, give me the money before I kill your ass. The regular cashier is not gonna stand there and start laughing in the face of death. Okay? Now, what is gonna make a cashier laugh in that face? Now, say the cashier was secretly Superman, and he dressed as a regular cashier, and the nigga got a gun to his head. See, then it would be justified if he laughed. Because in his mind, he's thinking, nigga, you have no idea. Why is that? Because he knows that whatever that appearance of death is, it has no power over him. Because see, you can shoot Superman in the eyeball and damn near freaking the bullet will just, and fall down. So Superman knows your bullets have no power over me. Though they're means to kill regular people, they ain't got no power over me. So I'm not worried. I'm actually in such a comfortable position that I can either make mockery or laugh. Right? Oh, what you gonna do? You gonna shoot me? See, so when that time comes during the famine, we're not gonna be losing our minds and bugging out. Imagine you got, like I said, you got spiritual power where you can turn anything into anything you want. You can even turn air into anything. You just manifest things and stuff like that. If there's a famine, trust me, you're not worried at all. You're not going about your day, oh my God, they saying that the food is happening, oh, this is happening here. You're not worried. Because you know what, grab me that water bottle, and turn it into a big gallon of like soup or something. I don't know. So in that time, the Lord is going to have us in a position where we're going to be assured that we're going to be good and taken care of. So we're not going to be worried. We're not going to be afraid.
Gotcha.
Right.
Continuing. Neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth.
Neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. Why? Because they're going to be in league with us. They're going to be at peace with us. So whether it's a lion or a hyena or a bear, because bears, they be coming around. And there's going to be some animals you ain't even seen before.
If I may mention real quick, I think there's a bear that's like just pulling up in people's cribs. I think he's called Frank the Tank, and he's a big bear. You should have seen they had like a camera inside the house. Nobody's in the house. You would have thought the bear owned the house. He just, you see the door slam open, and he's just like,
Oh shit.
and then he goes to the kitchen. He
Oh,
makes sure.
shit.
Anybody here? Hey, you would have thought he really owned the door. I think it's called Frank the Tank, or some bear is huge. He's like 300 pounds. Look it up. He slams open the door like he owns the shit. Like, yeah, don't worry about this. I'll pay the bills here anyway.
Oh shit.
I'm like, damn.
Nigga knew where the kitchen was too. That's
Yeah, he just made sure. Anybody here?
Yo, Bear is ferocious, man.
Oh,
One
man.
smack, they could just be a half smack, not with a top back. Just a half smack.
Yeah, and
out of here.
they stand up, right?
Oh yeah. Real talk.
Yeah.
Real talk. They don't.
8,
The
9
bear
feet.
stand up. Yo,
What
bro.
They like 8 feet.
Yeah.
They stand up.
Yeah.
They definitely over 6
Yeah.
feet.
And they fast. Look, don't get deceived by the appearance of a bear. Oh, he looks like he on the heavy side. I can't run it. No, bro. There's dudes that be on a bike, a motorbike, and the bear's still almost catching up. Here it is. You come into your house and you smell cooking, or maybe he's in the middle of the night. Like you say, you hear loud bangs. You think, oh, whatever. Your wife is like, babe, go check it out. You're like, oh my God, whatever. You have to sleep. You get out. As you're going downstairs, you smelling something cooking in the kitchen and shit. You're like, what the fuck? So you go down there. Hello? Is anybody there? The door's all broken and shit. And then you got a bear on 2 feet with a fucking frying pan and a spatula just flipping and shit, whistling and shit. You know, and he turned back and look at you. Oh shit. Now he got to kill you because you ain't supposed to see him like that. He got to stay in the bare state. You know, the nigga like, all right, hold on, let me finish the pancake first. Let me deal with you. You know, you see some wild shit. You know, of course I'm joking around, but in that time, now imagine that you actually you see a bear going through your fridge. Because animals are not stupid. If the nigga he sees the fridge, right? He sees the fridge. He's looking at it. Eventually, he's gonna figure out that there's a handle for a reason. Let me try that. So he opens it. Oh, he sees the galore. Then the nigga starts going through the bread. He grabs the sausage. He grabs whatever, and he starts eating. The bear don't need you to microwave it. You know, he ain't gonna be fixing a plate. No, putting some of this, put some ketchup. No, he's just gonna start eating. So if you turn around, the bear initially might be scared of you, but out of that fear, he's gonna defend himself. Then your ass is in trouble, man. Like the Bible was saying, because the bears have claws too. So the second he grabs you and he puts his force down on you, bro, that's it, bro. Stop it. You know, so the Most High is gonna be having people getting judged by getting killed by wild animals. A lot of people have pets. They got pets nowadays. Those pets are gonna be going wild because you got a pit bull, right? You feed the pit bull. What happens when the pit bull doesn't get any more food and he's hungry? Eventually, that hunger is gonna override the fear he has for you. You see? Because you got, for example, Jimmy, right? The nerd, Jimmy the nerd will end up killing somebody if he's desperate enough. Because the desperation overpowers his fear of committing murder. So that pit bull that you love so much, Tyreek, the nigga gonna be there, and next thing you know, he's drooling and he's looking at you. And he's hungry. And he's barking and barking and barking, and you ain't got no food for him. Eventually what's gonna happen? You're gonna become the food. You know? So that cats are dangerous too. Everybody got a cat now. Every time TikTok videos of cats, nigga messing around with cats, kung fu cats, playing around with cats, doing all manner of things. Them cats, wait till the cat jump on your face. You know? The Lord's gonna have these pets start going rogue and stuff. You know? You got a pet snake. Nigga got a pet snake. Who has a pet snake, bro? There was a story of a woman that had a pet, I think an anaconda or something, and she was like, yo, why my snake is not eating? It's been a long ass time he's not eating. So the doctor asking her a couple more questions, the vet or whatever, asking her, he said, oh shit. Nigga probably stepped back and said, whoa. He said, that serpent is sizing you up. He's about to eat your ass. He said, he's about to eat me. Yeah, he's sizing you up. That's why he haven't eaten. Because you the meal. You know? So the Lord's going to be having some pretty scary things. He talked about spirits that are created for vengeance. You know? So that's what's coming. We're in the time of vengeance. And those spirits the Lord is going to let loose. The Lord talked about beasts newly created, having sharp teeth. So it's going to be some real scary times. And people are going to be, you guys are going to be the examples on which the Lord gets to test out these beasts newly created.
Yeah, what was that show? I think it was called Zoo. Came out a couple of years ago. They had something called hybrids. They was like some wolf, dog, they just called hybrids. It was just a mixture of something. It was like, even like you were mentioning with poodles. There was some poodles, because something happened to animals. They said it called the defiant eye, like their pupil blotted out. And that's why the animals like went against people. I should watch it again just to remember. But some little poodles led this one man to an alley. And then some other dogs pulled up and killed him. I was like,
And that's all the Spirit of the Lord, because the Most High commands these animals. You know, the Lord is in control of it all. You know, and you got to really understand that one event affects everything. If there's a lights out situation, I was watching a video that was done by the Elder Malcolm. If there's a lights out situation, as a matter of fact, Garwal, Babakashad, let's get Jeremiah 30:7. Because we're talking about Jacob's trouble, right? And also Daniel 12:1. We're talking about Jacob's trouble. It says a time like never before. Now, when people, you know, we mentioned lights out situation. We mentioned maybe like a grid outage situation, right? You're thinking of the lights. The lights are out. You know, you can't see. Maybe you can't get phone signal. But this isn't going to be a one-day thing. This is going to go on for weeks, maybe months. Who knows? So it's going to go on for a longer period of time. So now, okay, food gets affected, right? But in your everyday-to-day life, is food the only necessity that you need? No. Food and what else? Hygiene. Hygiene. I was watching the video He was saying, look, they connected the water. You saw it, right? They connected the water supply, the pumps, all of that to the electrical grid. So once that goes down, it ain't gonna, oh, well, you know what? I can't flush the toilet, so you know what I'm gonna do the traditional way. I'm gonna fetch some water in a bucket, and I'm gonna pour it in, and I'm gonna have that flush it. No. The shit is gonna get clogged, and it's gonna back up all that shit back into your house. So now, here it is. You can't flush your toilet, but now you gotta go use the bathroom. So what, you're just gonna keep going and having this pile just accumulate, and leave that, so people not thinking of this. You go 1, 2, 3 days. Naturally, you got bowel movements, right? That's number one. Number two, you got daughters maybe. Okay, women need more care than men because their area is more, it needs more care. Whether they're on their monthly cycle, or whatever the case may be. So imagine you don't have water to shower with, so you can't wash yourself. So if you can't wash yourself and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, 2 weeks without washing yourself and you smelling real horrible, eventually you're gonna breed infections and diseases. But wait, there ain't no medication for your ass. So now what? So all these things people don't think about. When you tell them, oh wow, it's crazy. Okay, then they go about their regular day. It's crazy, but are you accounting for all of this?
Lack of hygiene is gonna cause illnesses.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can get ringworms and all types of shit if you're not cleaning yourself. Like, it's gonna go crazy without power or water for just a week. And the amount of trash that we make out here in the cities, especially, a few days, it's I don't know what the city's gonna smell like. We got all of these buildings, 8 stories, 5 stories, 10 stories high, with over hundreds of people in them on every single block. Just a week is people gonna go crazy.
Yeah, huh? And then you gonna have what's it called? Dead bodies in the streets. And there's a reason the Most High said bury the body in the earth, because when you leave it and it starts to decompose, that breeds diseases. And so that's why the Lord said pestilences. You're gonna have certain diseases, and it's just gonna be so chaotic that it ain't gonna be like, oh, let's institute let's set up a coordinated effort to fight against this disease. No, it's gonna be this year, people dying of this foreign illnesses that people have no idea what it is. Breaking news: there's just been another kind of illness, and apparently niggas are bleeding from their eyeballs and their nostrils. And then they just spaz out, and then they just fall down and then just drop dead and die. People they can't breathe all of a sudden. They just Lord's gonna have things going on where death is gonna be on every corner. Amos 5:19. All right. So let's start with Jeremiah 30:7.
Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
So we know that day is great, so that none is like it. That's the key part. When you read, you can't skip over that part. The day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. So what day is that? It just told you, the time of Jacob's trouble. And it's not going to be a 24-hour period thing. It's going to be much longer than that. Okay? But it is going to be a time unlike any other time. So when you say, oh, we've been in this captivity, those are all Jacob's trouble. Well, this Jacob's trouble is going to be unlike any other. All right? What's so hard to understand? You know what it is? Jake don't want Jacob's trouble. Obviously, because it's scary. So because of that, they try to tell themselves and tell others that no, they ain't gonna be no Jacob's trouble, because they're scared. They know their wicked ass is gonna get got. When we go into these, we break down the time of Jacob's trouble, they got afraid. People in the world know and believe that there's a time of Jacob's trouble coming. They just don't call it Jacob's trouble. They tell you, you got to get this, you got to prep, because when this goes down, when this happens, they're describing Jacob's trouble, but they don't call it Jacob's trouble. They just say that sign is about to happen. The sign is about to happen.
They might call it doomsday.
Con, yep.
But when you say Jacob's trouble, then now you got to get biblical.
Yeah, exactly.
Because when you get biblical, it also tells Jacob to get right. That's the whole thing. People want to live this unrighteous life. They want to be sinful to the very day. And then they want to say, God going to judge me then. They gonna hope they can be saved in by asking for forgiveness. Oh, please God, you see what's going on in this world? He ain't gonna pay you no mind.
And then the Hydra's gonna kick you. There's gonna be zombies with him.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I was gonna say just a quick testament to what the brother Tavares said. Yeah, that's the same thing that's happening with my family. They see the things that's going on. They hear the things. My pops even said like, "Oh, so you heard that they stopped talking about, the pandemic and stuff. So what do you think's gonna happen?" I didn't tell him nothing because in my mind it's like, look, if I do go not deep but tell you what it is, anytime I tell you something about the scripture, I could like literally feel it's like a wall of where he doesn't want to hear it. So it's like if I tell you from the scriptures, you're gonna be like, I don't want to hear that. But if I can't not tell you anything from the scripture, so it's like, what do you want for me to say to you? And like he said, they just want that feel that they don't want to change their ways. They just want to stay. They just want things to be the same. That's why he's on that whole team go to Africa thing. But it's like Africa gonna be in trouble as well. This is gonna be a trouble that's gonna affect the whole world. And on top, I ain't going over there because Goose not over there. And I don't want to deal with that. You go deal with that killer crocodile alligator.
You're gonna be at the airport waiting for you.
Yeah, 300 plus bodies. I'm telling you, the Lord gonna raise that thing up.
Yeah,
He's sleeping somewhere, but his ass gonna wake up. I don't want to deal with that.
His cousins and all. He's gonna come out. Vladimir and all them niggas. He's gonna pull up out the waters. Yeah, crocodile. You walk out your house and you're gonna see a big ass gator waiting for you and shit. Look at the clock. Yo. You've been a little late. What the hell is a gator doing here? You know what I'm saying? Nigga, hey, it's Jacob's trouble. Ain't nobody told you? Well, let me get your ass. Go ahead.
Now I got a precept from the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17, verse 5. No power of the fire might give them light, neither could the bright flames of the stars endure to lie in that horrible night. Only there appeared unto them a fire kindled of itself, very dreadful, for being much terrified. They thought the things which they saw to be worse than the sight they saw not.
So now, this was happening during ancient Egypt, right? To the Egyptians. In that thick darkness that even if you couldn't see the light of the stars, the moon, even if fire was in front of you, you couldn't see it. The only fire you could see is one that just comes on by itself. Now, it's also mentions how they saw scary apparitions and all of that, right? That happened before. The Lord said this time is going to be greater than even that. Even what happened to those Egyptians. And in 2nd Ezra 15, he said what? I will smite this Egypt with the plagues of the old Egypt. So those plagues and worse. Imagine what they went through, but worse. It says what? The sound of wild beasts skipping, the sounds of buildings falling, the sounds of like a mighty rushing water, and you can't see anything? Man, that's the shit, man. You feel some shit crawling on you and you can't see. You don't know what it is. You feel some long fingernails just coming up from the back of your back over your shoulders and shit. Right around the side of your ears, covering up your mouth and your eyes and shit. And your nose, you can't breathe. Yo, man, you people don't know, man. And then you trying to see it's bad dark. You get real close and the demons looking right at you with his red ass eyes. People would think that this is all, it's a joke. Look, it's funny. When you standing there face to face with a demon, and you don't even know what am I looking at, and the nigga looking at you, them demons ain't gonna be like in the movies. See, in the movies, the demons come and then the dude flies, oh shit, and then the windows and stuff flapping, and that's it. They say some shit, and then it calms down. The demon leaves, and then eventually they exorcise the demon at the end of the movie. Nah, nigga, this demon gonna stay there like, nigga, that's in the movies. That shit don't work over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been given commandment to put your ass to death. So they call on, then the nigga, he calls on Jesus, Jesus, name of Jesus, Jesus. He opens his eyes and the demon's still standing there looking at him. And then he just, because like it says in the book of Acts, the 7 sons of Sheba, they would have fucked around with a demon talking about, we rebuke you in the name of the Yahweh Shai Paul preaching. Calm your ass down. That demon said, oh yeah? Okay. He beat their ass and they ran out without clothes. So them demons can get physical with you. That's the point. Demons can get, and they will get physical. And they won't. They might grab your arm and pull your limb off, or they might just break your finger backwards and then pull it off. And they might have your friend looking saying, this is what I'm going to do to you next, so pay attention. Man, them demons are like, they're real and they're brutal, So for real, the Lord is going to have these spirits get physical.
I was going to say multiple things actually, but to add to that point, one, I think a brother posted, I forgot what channel it was, but he posted this woman, she had a demon sitting right next to her.
Oh, shit.
And then when she looked at the TV, she was like this. There's nothing here. But then when she showed the reflection through the camera on the TV, you can see the thing right
shit.
there next to her. And I'm like,
Oh shit.
you women,
She wasn't
man.
really scared.
Yeah, but you know, she's like thinking like
She
it's
didn't
nothing.
really understand. Like
Yeah.
she was just.
But
like,
you can see it's literally like right there, like some paranormal activity. Like I forgot what movie it is. They saw through like some other thing and they see the fucking spirit. Holding this shit like, yeah, I'm here.
See, she gonna be scared when that shit manifests and slap her. Like, yeah, nigga, I'm here. You know? Yeah, you got it. Where we at? What, you was done? The precept?
Yeah.
Okay. We're not Jeremiah, right? Read that verse again. 37.
Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it.
So that none is like it.
It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
So that none is like it, meaning even the time of what we read in Egypt, where the demons and stuff were harassing them and scaring them and having them drop down of heart attacks, that's not even going to compare to this time. So what does that mean? You're going to see demons and worse. You know, that lion statue might turn into an actual lion. You know? Jump on your ass. Kill your ass on the spot. It says it's going to be a time like unlike any other. So what are you going to do when in your mind you told yourself pretty lies to where you could calm down and not you think there ain't going to be no Jacob's trouble? So because of that, you guys are bugging out. And then it goes down. It actually goes down and you get paid a visit first. A company of demons, man. And them demons, they don't run out. They can call for reinforcements and just innumerable. People don't know, man.
For it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off your neck.
Done. And that's going into another thing. The main point I want to deal with is in verse 7. But notice it says, he shall be saved out of it. So in the time of Jacob's trouble, who is going to be saved out of it? The elect. That is the he. And that represents the elect. See, out of Jacob or Israel, you have the Israel of God, which are the elect. And they're the ones who are going to get saved out of it. Meaning, during the time of the famines, which is going to be in the time of Jacob's trouble, the elect are going to eat. During the time of all these calamities, see, the demons, they're not going to have power over the elect. That's why the apostles, when they came back to Yahushua, they rejoiced, saying, oh, Lord, the spirits are subject unto us through thy name. You see? So those spirits are going to be subject unto us through the name of the Lord. And we're going to be good. What you got?
I just got a couple. This is Psalms 103 and 20. Bless the Lord, ye his angels, that excel in strength, that do his commandment, hearkening unto the voice of his word.
Read that again and break it down.
This is Psalm 103 and 20. Bless the Lord, ye his angels, that excel in strength, that do his commandments, hearkening unto the voice of his word. So when the Lord sends out that word, like, yo, judge this individual, like case in point, one example is with I believe it's on 1 Kings, the 21st chapter, with King Ahab, when the Lord basically was having his council of the demons on the left-hand side, saying who's going to persuade him that he should go up to Ramoth Gilead and die. And one said on this man, another said on that manner, and one said I will persuade him, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of his prophets. That's what the Lord's going to have up there with his counsel. Like, look, you're going to do this and bring that judgment out. You're going to do this and bring that judgment out, and so forth and so forth. And in that great day of judgment, Jacob's trouble, there's going to be a lot of death. The Lord's going to issue out a lot of death upon a lot of our people, upon 2/3 of our people.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find it.
Good one, though. Yeah, man, it's gonna get wild out here, man. And we fear. You know, we speak the way we speak, but we fear the Lord. That's why we do what's pleasing to the Lord first. That's priority, man. The fear of the Lord is unlike any other fear. You know, I tell you that straight up. The fear of the Lord, fearing the Lord taking the spirit away from you, you know, like fearing the Lord, fearing being made an enemy of the Lord, that's no joke, man. You know, that's no joke.
Yeah, I was going to add this is Zechariah chapter 13 and 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. So 2/3 of our people is going to be cut off and die. And how? By judgment, by way of the angels.
God. Yeah, in this land. You know, because you also gonna have wicked Israelites that are scattered abroad, and they also gonna get that work. You know, but here in America, only 1/3 of Israel, which are the elect, are gonna make it out of here. Can you imagine that? You know how many Israelites are here in America? And only in this land, everybody in the land of America, from New York to Cali, only the elect are gonna make it out of here. You know, when that destruction comes, only the elect are gonna make it out of here. So that's why the scriptures say in 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter. Oh, matter of fact, let's get that. 2nd Ezra chapter 9. You can start at the top, because it talked about the deliverance being as a drop compared to a wave. So there's going to be the amount of death that's going to be happening is going to be so much compared to those that are going to survive it. It's going to be crazy, man.
You tell your people and they just, yeah. But then you see, you gotta understand, like this brother brought once, I believe in the video, when you experience it, it's much different than just talking about it. Like you're going through all this stuff now because we're in the early stage of Jacob's trouble, and our people is already going like, this and that, this complaint about that. Well, we're telling you, or we've told you before, beginning with the apostles and elders, that these things was gonna happen. And he was like, yeah, we hear you. But now you're actually going through it, or the beginning of sorrows, and you're complaining about just this little tiny part that's going, this is just the beginning. And nothing even happened yet. But yet what? We're still telling that there's even more than this, and you're like, yeah. So it's like, you know what? Like Jeremiah, just kill him. Just get rid of him. And Lord's will we be delivered. Because it's like, afterwards, like there's so much talking. It's like, yo, you want answers, you want me to tell you what it is. Then you're like, oh, I don't agree with this, I don't see this or anything. So it's like, you know what? Then you're just gonna have to deal with what the Lord brings about. And I'm just, Lord's one, like Joshua said, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Because it's like, I can't do nothing. Right. I can tell you, I can show you this is what's going on. You just don't see it. It's like, I don't know.
Right. Such as for the sword to the sword, to the captivity to the captivity.
That's smooth thing.
That's right. That's right. The smooth things ain't gonna deliver you. See? Smooth things are gonna get you killed, because the smooth things are, tell me even though I'm going off and I'm sinning, tell me that it's okay and God loves me anyway. And what does that do? That makes you go and sin in your mind with a clearer conscience, because now you think, oh, I'm good. Because people know when they do something wrong, and they just don't want to feel bad about doing something wrong, because they like what they're doing. So that's ultimately why they hated Yahushua, because now you got somebody telling you what you're doing is wrong, so your conscience is eating at you even more.
Was that John 3rd chapter?
But yeah, you can get that.
Con, I wanted to add a point to that. There's this guy that works in my job, and basically I was talking to him today about the truth, because he just so happens to have like the eyes to see what's going on. And I was telling him about Jacob's trouble today and the things that are to come. And I'm still kind of feeling out his spirit. It seems as though like he doesn't want Jacob's trouble to come. He wants to believe that there's more time, because he has children, and he has children on the way. So he's attached to this world. Now he understands that these things have to come to pass, but he's like teetering, you know? He's on both sides, kind of like he believes everything that I'm telling him, but he just doesn't want to he doesn't want it to happen right now.
Right.
He wants there to be more time in Babylon because he has children. He doesn't want I tell him the things that's happening. He's like, that stuff is scary, man. But I see that this is what's happening. You know, he came to me about the Neuralink. He said, what do you think that is? I said, it's the mark. He's like, what does that mean? He doesn't know anything about the scriptures. He doesn't know any scripture at all.
Yeah, right. But at the end of the day, we all work on the time for the Most High. You know, what really would be the best way to go is, look, what did the Lord say? Nevertheless, not my will, but let thy will be done. So if you know that regardless the Lord is coming and you don't have much time, then what's the best thing to do? Well, if you got children coming on the way and you got kids, then you got to go to the Lord and say, well, Lord, you know, I got kids coming and whatnot, but protect me. And if you have the elect, hey, you could be pregnant, you could not be pregnant, the Lord will take care of you. You know, you're going to be protected and taken care of. Lord might not have you in a situation where you got to run around all the time. He might just have you in some I don't know, you might just stumble across some rich underground bunker somewhere. Maybe Khloe Kardashian's bunker. You know, you might be going to see her ass chopped up in bits, and then the bunker is open slightly, so you can slip right in there, and then boom, and you good. And they got, because you know them rich people, they make sure it's not just survival, it's luxury and survival. You know, they got certain bunkers that are just like they is built deep. They got electricity, got generators, they got movie theaters inside, they got swimming pool, fire stick, all of that.
They have the ability to make food infinitely with their like lights and stuff.
Yep. You know, and you got, I mean, it's all in there. And the Lord just have you just going, and then you just stumble across. The Lord might have a chariot lead you. You follow it, and then it just stops and flashes over it. So you thinking, well, that's just the ground. You go, you step, you step. Maybe the light dims a little bit, and then it points to something. You go, you step on it. Then the thing just comes up, opens. You go in there, and then you good. You got a pregnant wife or whatever, but you good. You know, you taken care of in there. You know, so you're gonna be, hey, look. You might go in there and find a DVD on how to deliver a baby by yourself, you know, whatever. So
maybe, you know, and maybe he could be woken up to this truth because he believes the things that I tell him and he understands the things that I tell him. That the 99% of people you talk to, they just can't get it. I remember talking to, like when I first started waking up, I told one of my friends, and his answer after I told him everything, yo, this is who we are. You got to look into the history. He said, yeah, but like, what if we could be our own gods? Like, why we gotta worship God?
Get a quick precept for that. Dude is getting on my nerves right now. But quick precept is Matthew 24 and 40. Then shall two be in the field, the one shall be taken and the other left. The other left is your boy. The one that's going to be taken up is you who was being diligent and you were trying to school him, but he still keeps trying to do that shortcut route. You know, that oh, well, what if we gods ourselves? I can save myself in that day. But in that day, it's not going to happen because what's going to happen, he's going to find himself seeing you get beamed up and y'all walking, he's going to be like, oh, I should have listened to him. Right? Just like the movie This Is the End, when they was all talking about how, yo, why everybody getting beamed up but us? Then they realized that it's the acts that you do in life that get you beamed up. Then they started to try to do good, but it was too late. They was already in hell, and it just, the world was upside down and all that. But in the movies, they let you get the opportunity. You know, Hollywood try to make it always a happy ending. But it ain't gonna be no happy ending like that. You're doing the works now. You know, you don't know when the day comes. We don't know when the day comes, but we trying to get right now. You know, Lord willing, we those men. And we ain't got time for people to keep trying to peradventure and say shit that we like, well, what if? You know, the saying is, if was a fifth, we'll all be drunk. You know, so ain't no ifs. It's when. You know, we dealing with the when, not the if. If is if your ass get right or not, but we don't care about if you get right or not. We worried about us. You hopefully you get this word, and if you get it, you know you wait for that time. But we know that in these days and time, it can happen to now. It can happen right now. All you locally declared right now, and where we want to be, right here doing this when it happens. Whatever happens after that, it's on the Lord. But at least we know we got caught in the middle of doing what we thought was right, or being in the right spirit. You know, that's all I say when I see brothers. I can't wish them nothing else but the spirit be like, yo, stay in the spirit, brother. That's it. You know, Lord willing, if He put His spirit on you, you're gonna pick this book up and you're gonna want to get with this. You know, that's it.
Done?
Now, also, like, it's not wise to like talk to certain people when you at work, but at the same time, if you see that somebody has a spirit on them, you want to test that spirit. And this dude that I work with, he had that spirit that he was questioning things, and he just so happened to be able to understand the truth. So you never know, it could, and the Most High might, He's gonna put the spirit on you when it's time to speak to someone.
Yeah.
Because that person could be a possible member of the elect, or hopefully.
Yeah. See, the Most High works in mysterious ways. See, the Most High values things to the point where Lord can have you get a job, and the whole point of that job is just so you can wake somebody up over there. Now, it has the Lord works in duality. So of course you taking care of and so on and so forth. You can pay your bills and stuff. But the Most High might have been like, I could have given you any other job, but I gave you this one specifically because of this reason. You know, now to us, we may think, oh, I just happened to come across somebody here and I told them this and they got it. But the Lord is like, this is the whole reason why I brought you. You know, so It's all really how the Lord works on his time. It's the Lord's priorities. You know, we are just actors in his movie. He is the director.
I had that exact thought too.
Yeah.
Like, this could be the whole reason I got the job.
Yep.
This one dude that had no clue about anything, and the Most High said it's time for him to wake up.
Yeah, because that's how the Most High does. He sends his prophets wherever if the Lord wants somebody to hear something, he sends his prophets. Yo, go to this person's house and go and tell them such and such. Like he told Samuel to go anoint David. The thing is, in this time, the Lord does it in a way where we don't really notice what's happening until afterwards. Then the Lord gives us the spiritual understanding of it to say, oh, this makes sense why the Lord gave me this job and such, so that I could go here and do this. Because, you know, now it's the Lord deals with us a little differently than he did in the past, in the ancient world. You know? You got second Esdras? The word was too far, man had to run. This was going to see how fast you could run. Yeah, we just first start from the top. We'll finish it off in here. When you get to the point about there's a drop compared to a wave, like the 15th verse, wrap it up.
Second Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
So that's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be what? Measuring the time diligently in itself. How do you know? How do you do that? First, you got to know the prophecies. You got to know the prophecies, which is your measuring stick, and then you got to know the times that you're in, which is paying attention to the news. And then you can use your measuring stick, your understanding of prophecies, to measure the times to know where are we in prophecy and what's next, what's left to happen. And it says what? Diligently. Because the slightest second, the Lord can have something go on that if you miss, it might, you know, you might get caught up. That's why the Lord says, don't get entangled with the affairs of this world. The world is like a woman that is deceiving your ass with her body. So here it is, maybe the woman is probably robbing your ass. She probably got some nigga sneaking into your house, but she's kissing you, and every time you hear something and you go to turn, she turns your head, no, right here, right here. Then she's distracting you while shit is going on behind you. Next thing you know, niggas took out your TV, your fridge, your AC, your bed, your lights, half your house, your tractor trailer, your car, your kids, you know, and all meanwhile, she kept turning, no, right here, oh, she's grabbing on you and shit. That's what the world does. So now, instead of you paying attention to the prophecies, the world got your head turned this way, and every time you try, no, oh, and then all these things are going on. So when the loud sound, boom, and you finally turn around, oh shit, you messed up. You know, you were supposed to be on that side, but your ass was sneaking, you know, in between. You hop over here, see what brothers are doing, maybe do a video or two, re-upload. All right, look at the prophecies, and kind of die down to me. You hop back in, all right, baby, what's up? You know, back in the world doing stupid shit, and then you just hopping around and shit, thinking that you slick. You know, I'ma hop in here before roll call, so the Most High don't, you know. Then after that, I'ma hop back in here. Then the next time you gotta go to hop in here, angels will slap your ass back into the world. Because eventually, you know what's gonna happen? You might be a frequent hopper. You know, you hop in here, make it look like you're doing something just enough. Maybe I do like one video so that nobody gets on my ass. Then you go back in the world. You come out on Saturday, do something, go out in the world. Eventually, the world is gonna get you so much that you're not gonna wanna be hopping as frequently. So that's what happens, and then eventually the spirit goes off of you to where you don't even hop no more. You just be peeking. Then you start talking shit. Then the spirit is completely off you. And then you don't realize until all hell is breaking loose. And then you, oh, fuck. You know, what the hell is going on? Because now the world that you're in is now getting destroyed. And the only escape in your mind is, oh, let me go to hop back in here, but the doors are going to be closed. So you were supposed to be measuring the times diligently. But your ass was so busy getting entangled with the affairs of the world. Good.
He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then thou shalt understand it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
So what are the signs? Now we have the signs when Romans 15 and 4, when you go to Matthew 24 and all these other scriptures, there's signs of what? The last days, meaning things that would happen to indicate to us that we are in the last days. Wars and rumors of wars, famines, pestilence, earthquakes in diverse places, natural disasters. All of these things are showing us that we're in the last days. So we understand that now the Most High is going to visit the world which He made. You going?
Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world,
Which we're seeing now. Go on.
then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee.
So that's why every time we see it, where do we go? We go to where the things were spoken of from the days before us, which is in the scriptures. And, oh, that's 2nd Ezra 15. Oh, that's Ezekiel 38. Oh, that's Matthew 24 and 7. What do we keep making reference back to? Right here. Go ahead.
Even from the beginning. Verse 5.
Because the Lord said He declares the end from the beginning.
For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end.
So everything has a beginning and an end. A baby eventually becomes an adult, or you get born, you die. Okay? You know, a tree grows, it dies. Whatever. Everything has a beginning and an end. You buy a new iPhone, eventually the phone don't work anymore. You have a relationship, eventually you break up. You know, whatever the case is. Go ahead.
And the end is manifest.
So right now we're at the end of everything, meaning the end of really this age. The way things were done in this age, it's all manifest now. This is the last time that this kind of lifestyle is going to be lived. Go ahead.
Verse 6. Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonders and powerful works and endings in effects and signs.
That's why there's so many signs going on. You know, eclipse, blood moons, all of these things. These are signs. Go ahead.
And every one that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works.
By what? By his works. So what are a part of the works? Coming out here, doing your lessons, feeding the Lord's sheep, following the ways of the Lord, staying away from the ways of the world, the wicked ways. Okay? Go ahead.
And by faith.
And by faith, meaning that you're doing these things not just to go through the motions, but you're doing these things because you actually believe. And through that belief, it's moving you to do these things. If you actually believe in something, nobody has to come and tell you to do what it is you believe in. You do it because you believe that whatever you're doing it for is going to happen. When you go to work, your fam don't got to tell you, yo, you know you got to go to work to get paid. You already know that. Go ahead.
Whereby ye have believed.
Whereby ye have believed.
Verse 8. Shall be preserved from the said perils.
So you want to know how to make it in these times? You gotta have faith in the Lord, and you gotta move based on that faith. Because faith without works is dead. Now works can come in many forms, because, for example, the Lord told Abraham, look, you gotta get up out of this place. You gotta get out of Ur of the Chaldees, and eventually you gotta go to the land of Canaan. Now, Abraham believed the Lord, and so his works were him getting his ass up, and going. That was the works to show that he believed. If I tell you, look, come here and I'm gonna give you $1 million, and you don't come here, then you can't tell me, I believe you. So then if you believe, do you want $1 million? Yeah, I got $1 million. Come here, I'm gonna give it to you. No, I ain't gonna come. So then you don't really believe that if you come here, I'm gonna give you $1 million. How do you show that you believe me? Well, you're gonna do it. You know? You go to work because you believe you're gonna get paid. But if you didn't believe you get paid, you wouldn't be going.
Verse 8, shall be preserved from said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders.
Right. And then also, when you come into this truth and you hear you're not supposed to eat pork, you're not supposed to commit adultery, you're not supposed to be doing this, you're not supposed to eat shrimp, crab, lobster. If you hear that and you have faith and you actually believe, then your works, as an example, is going to be stopping those things and actually repenting. That is going to be an example of works onto faith, meaning that I heard these things and I believed, and so because I believed, I stopped eating pork, I stopped eating crab, shrimp, lobster, clams, and I stopped doing those wicked things, and I started following the ways of righteousness. Go ahead.
And within my borders, for I have sanctified them from me from the beginning.
And that's the elect. So the elect were already that's why we say they were preordained by the Lord to be the elect. Go ahead.
Verse 10. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me.
That's these people that are in the world. They're so busy in the world that they don't know the Lord. Hey, peace. Go ahead.
And they that have loathed my law,
So that's the third brother. Last week you had 2 brothers come up, and this week you got another one. You know, so people are waking up, man. Even if they're not of the elect, it's just the fact. Because guess what? In ancient Israel, we all knew we were Israelites. There were some that are of the elect and some that weren't. But the point is, the vibration of what the Lord said about our people waking up is you seeing that happen. Got it.
and they that have loathed my law, while they had yet liberty.
So you had the freedom, the opportunity to come and repent, to follow the ways of the Lord that you may gain salvation. But instead you loathe it. When you loathe something, you don't even want to see it or hear about it. Go ahead. So what's going to happen to people like that?
And when as yet a place of repentance was open unto them,
And how is that? By way of the Lord's prophets, telling you what you got to do to repent, telling you to repent. Go ahead.
understood not,
They
but
understood
despised
not.
it.
They despised it. So when you tell them, yo, you know, like you were saying, you know, they may ask you something, but the second you go to show them that it's in the Bible, then they whatever, I don't want to hear it no more. You know, oh yeah, I hear that Bible stuff all the time, but anytime you bring up the Bible, people don't, whatever. You know, but if you tell somebody the same thing, but say it was like from a wise philosopher of the past somewhere, oh man, look, bro, they will eat it up and more. Tell somebody, yo, I got a friend in the military, and he gave me some information. He said that soon they're gonna come out with this thing, they're gonna start putting this on people, and then you just speak the way we do, but instead of saying the scriptures say it was your friend that's in the military who gave you inside information. They will believe your shit and more. They will stop whatever they have. They're gonna believe you. But then tell them, no, it's actually from the Bible. Oh, word? Oh, I thought you said it was your friend from the military. Oh, so it's not. So you don't really got a friend? Oh, all right, bro. You know, that's it. So you don't. Wait, hold on. I thought you was a Christian. What happened to the? Yeah, bro. I'm. Hey, you do you though. You know, thank you. It was good talking to you and shit. Hey, you sit down. You wonder what is it about the Bible that repels Jay? Ultimately, it's not for them because it's the light, and men's works are evil, so they hate them. What's going to say?
I was gonna say, come as ye are.
Right. That's it. Yep. And you know what, Lord? If you come as you are, the Lord's going to destroy you. Because you ain't gonna come in the way He wants you to come in. He said, "The Lord, the hour is coming. The true worshipers of the Most High shall worship Him in truth and in sincerity." So if you come as you are, I'm very sure you ain't coming in the way the Lord wants you to come. Let's just say that. You come in all filthy. Of course, our righteousness is as a filthy rag, you know. But at least we're doing our best to have some form of righteousness. You coming as you are, all wicked and shit, rakata, you know, coming in all manner of, abominations, thinking, all right, when we were in the world, of course, we came into the truth. We came from the world. So, of course, we had some filth. But when we came, we didn't come to bring that filth to stay. No, we purged it. We came to kill the old man and have the new man. You got niggas over here talking about, nah, I'm coming as I am. I'm coming with the nigga spirit, and I'm about to be a nigga in the truth. You know, I'm gonna bring my niggerisms in here, and the Lord is still gonna love me because it says God loves. God is love. That's that new shit. You know, God is love. He loves all His creatures. All right. So He loves the lions and the hyenas too. So that means He gotta feed them. So when He sacrifices your ass, He's showing love to the animals. It's a perfect balance. Remember, no death angels gonna, Lord might have a death angel on your ass. And you begging for your life, and he telling you God is love. You know what I'm saying? He just hacking away and shit. and you know what? You gonna remember? Oh shit, that's the Most High mocking me. That's why it says what? My servants shall eat. Oh, it says damn, I forgot. I think you shall mock when your fear comes in. Shall laugh. Proverbs.
Proverbs, the first chapter.
And so you might have a brother might be able to fly. So he might be sitting at the top of a roof somewhere, like what's this guy, Deadpool or something, with maybe a bucket of chicken. And he sees your ass, he may see you run this way. Then he may see like 3 dogs chasing your ass. Then you hide, and then he see you run this way. And then he may see like 10 dudes chasing your ass. And you just running back and forth trying to survive, and the brother's looking at you. And then just when you think you hid, you hide behind a car somewhere, and then the dudes go, And then the brother just looking at you like, yo, he's right here. Come get his ass.
Oh, remember that video I showed you with the dog? There was a guy on top of a balcony,
yeah.
and the dog was trying to walk past his other bigger
Oh,
dog,
yeah.
all quiet. Was like, so the dude was like, hey, he right there, he right there. The dog was like, and then the dog woke up like, oh shit, that's you. And Chase, I'm like, damn, that's foul, yo. And he seen him, he was just like,
He trying to be low as shit.
he was like, hey, he right there, he right there. I was like,
Damn,
damn.
Jack is messed up, bro. But that's gonna be happening to these people because the Lord said He's gonna mock. You know, so here it is. You know, the dude needs help, but he's looking at yo, bro, help. God is love. We gonna make mockery of you. You know, here it is. There's a freaking chihuahua grabbed onto your ass cheek and you running. You know what I'm saying? Like asking for help, and we're not gonna help you because, like I said, if you get judged for your wicked actions, you know, not saying we're perfect, but if the Lord have mercy on us and we be of the elect, if the Lord has a python lashed onto your leg or something, that's your judgment. If you're not of the elect, then whatever comes upon you, it has to happen to you, punishing the wicked unto destruction. And the Lord, that means the Lord reserved you for this time to hit you with this judgment. So, what the hell you want me to do? The Lord told Jeremiah, pray not for this people. So we ain't gonna come and pray for you, because what? The Lord ain't gonna listen. Go ahead.
Verse 10. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me.
Yeah, because in the time of Jacob's trouble, you're gonna see people in such horrible conditions, but then if you were to see those people how they were in the world, you wouldn't even be able to recognize them. You said, yeah, this nigga was a proud ass demon, a rude ass, arrogant ass, selfish individual, cursing the name of the Lord and all that, making mockery, putting a plantain chip on his hand, talking about I got the chip, ha 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 ha, eating that shit, ha ha, look, I'm eating that, huh? All that shit. You're gonna have people, those individuals are gonna be caught up looking horrible, man. And you wouldn't even believe, yo, this was this individual? Got it. Yeah, sounds like crazy.
And they that have loathed my law, while yet they had liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them.
So you had the chance to repent. So that's why the Lord ain't gonna have mercy in that day, because everybody, that's why He said the gospel is gonna be preached throughout all the four corners of the earth, and then shall the end come. So you've had countless opportunities to repent. Go ahead.
Understood not, but despised it. This verse 12. The same must know it after death by pain. Which saying we like to say in Caribbean, he who don't hear will feel.
Ah, there you go. That's it.
Verse 13. And therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is, and for whom the world is created.
Right. So that's where our focus is on how the righteous are going to be saved. That's why we exhort. The scriptures talk about exhort one another while it is yet today. So that's why we do these lessons and we edify and we exhort and we build up one another, because we're trying to do the work to have the Lord seal up His elect as fast as possible and to build us up so we can get out of here. The rest, that's why we tell you we're not here for the whole nation. We're only here for the elect, because it says we should rather inquire about how the righteous are going to be saved. How are the righteous going to be saved? The elect got to be woken up so that we can get out of here. Go ahead.
Verse 15. I have said before, and now do speak, and will speak it also hereafter, that there be many more of them which perish than of them which shall be saved.
So there's going to be a lot more people that die than those that are going to be saved. And that's why the scarcity, see, something becomes more valuable the more rare it is. So men, number one, are going to be rare because there's already more women on the planet than men. And then out of those men, you got a whole bunch that are sodomites and a whole bunch that are wicked. So they're all going to be wiped out. So there's going to be very few men. And on top of that, a man of the Lord to be found among them is even going to be less. So that's why the men of the Lord are going to be more precious than fine gold. Go ahead.
Verse 16. Like as a wave is greater than a drop.
There you go. So that's the point right there. Like as a wave is greater than a drop, that's going to be how that's going to be the comparison of death and life. Those that live are going to be like a drop compared to a wave. You do the math, do the visualization of a drop, a tiny ass drop. A drop could be something, you know, when water's at the tip of your finger and the drop forms and then it falls, or like you puncture, like you poke your hand and blood comes, you squeeze it and there's like a little, it forms a little thing, and then that's a drop. You look at a wave, they got waves that are so big that they cause floods. You know, you see a big ass wave so tall, it's damn near higher than half these buildings over here. You see how small a drop is compared to a wave? So you can only imagine how much death and destruction the Lord is actually going to bring. Oh, but that was it on that. Brother, got any details or anything you want to say? All right. So, hey, with that, you know, we already see the times we in. We got to watch as we approach the summer. You know, they're saying the food is going to get worse. You know, they might bring a lights out situation. Whatever it is that the Lord has set up, you know, you got to just stay in the spirit as much as you can. Because the Lord said, watch as well as pray, along with the Passover coming up. You know, so, hey, let's all do what we got to do, stay in the spirit, you know, and Lord willing, you know, we get out of here. You know, Lord willing, Lord speed up these days. All right, so with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Shalom.